2 years, freaking 2 years watching Matto going insane over imaginary football story. Morning everyone. Hope we are all good.
Hello, chatto, it's Sundat, and coming up today on Building a Nation with Sirens of Malta, we are back in the Champions League final, taking our rightful place against a Spanish side. Can we make it 3 Champions League finals and 3 victories over 3 different Spanish teams? In other news, Gonzalo Reynoso needs 1 more goal to become the record goal scorer in the Champions League in this save. Fulham won a bloody football match. All that and more coming up today on Building a Nation with Sirens of Malta. He's even looking at chat. Stirrups! Ah, lovely scenes. Delicious. It's a good day. The lighting here looks spectacular this morning too because it's so fucking dark outside. Football. I mean, I feel like we were playing football for large portions of the game. Got to turn that down a little bit there. Also, Stronger, I did see your message there. So when I came to do like what would be the last update, every single one of you had retired. However, we found something on the last stream,
at what point
which is kind of cool.
I question my life choices? I demand a Champions League win to celebrate me. Thank you. Ak Fulham top. And we danced.
Taps the Adidas badge. Up the Adidas. I'm an Adidas stan. What can I say? Daz, thank you very much for the 42 months. Oh dear. Basically, we found out that the players that are facing the game regens, i.e. the Patreon guys, when you type in facing the game, they all still show up on that list, even if they've retired, because of the keep history after retirement bit, which means I don't have to worry about like, oh shit, you've gone. I'm going to do a whole video basically where I go through each one now because I've got them all on this giant list again. It's absolutely brilliant. And some of them are coaches and head of youth development and various other things too. So it actually means we can still keep track of them. We just have to do it slightly differently. We stumbled upon this last stream by accident. So actually, yes, there'll probably be, I might make one tomorrow, honestly, because I've got some time, particularly as this whole Vaduts thing is a little bit on the rocks at the moment, as we may have found out here. But yeah, I can definitely do that tomorrow and get that up for everybody on the Patreon. Well, probably tomorrow evening in this case, let's be honest. J-Pro, thank you for the 23 months as well. Why is my watch going off so much? Go away. Just think, oh, would you like to run through Tunbridge Wells? Only if someone's chasing me, honestly. You just use the yellow text. Yeah, and obviously when they've retired, they're gone from that, and they removed from shortlist. However, I'll just get off my big face. And there was one way of doing it, I suppose. Professional streamer. God, it's actually kind of muggy in here. Un momento, por favor. Oh, dear. Play the whole career. Which one was your regen? Was your one Dieter Hocken or was it Lucas Thiel? I forget. There was a few at there was more than one at Schalke, I believe. Dearie me. Lucas Thiel. Yeah, I think. No, sadly not. You just. I must admit, you might actually have the worst record other than any of the guys that genned in Malta. I'm gonna be honest with you. Oh, thank you. You know, what? As in right now. That's very cool. There was actually quite a lot of sign-ups over the last week or two, which I didn't fully understand, honestly, but I'm very grateful for it. I promise next year the content will be more, well, plentiful. Unless the game's proper shit. Your link. No, I didn't, Basil. Sorry. Oh, okay. I probably haven't even got the email yet, because my email... Sometimes it takes me like an hour to receive emails from my work account, because it goes to my own server, and then it gets sucked out by Gmail, but that only seems to happen, like, on the hour. Change stirs up crowd. Stirrups to go. Oh, imagine if you could. Should have said to vote. Well, it's up to you, really. Depends on what you're looking for. Feet pics or more feet pics? Yeah, no? Run a championship. I don't think I'd be able to do anything of the sort, honestly, Basil. I have an race, which I'm signed up to in November. I've just started training for it now, which is fine. The plan is absolutely fine. Although I must admit, I went for a run yesterday. Only did like 5k, just because I'm starting to build it up. And it's the first time in a while that I've actually zoned out during a run, and it was incredibly pleasant. I was just daydreaming and completely forgot about the fact that I was running, which meant that I was kind of just running to feel, and actually ended up going faster than I was intending to, but it felt really easy, and that was really nice. It used to happen to me very rarely when I was doing runs. I would just zone out, sometimes for like 10k, but it was really, really nice. It's one of the things I love about running, and I've totally forgotten about because it's happened to me so rarely. More exciting than Bristol. Good, sweet Jesus. I'm glad I didn't watch that, Andrew. I watched the highlights this morning, and I say the highlights, it was, and Kyle Larson wins the stage. And I'm like, oh, cool. And then Kyle Larson wins the stage. I'm like, great. And then so on and so forth. Repeat ad nauseum. Yeah. So much for tyre fall off, eh? Yeah, 32 games in a career. Bear in mind as well, and I'm sorry to bring this up, Lucas, and call you out like this. Lucas was an outfield.
An insane goal! I've just seen the most insane goal!
Can I have even more feet pics, please?
Getting them added. Hang on. There you go. Sorted. Oh, for fuck's sake. It's the second time I've done that. TSRT, thank you so much for the £25. That's incredibly kind of you. Wow. Very unnecessary, but thank you so much. I do appreciate that so damn much. 10k race at Olympic Park today. 43 for 10k. Fuck yes, Thomas. That's amazing. Like, the race I'm doing in November is a race that I set my 10k PB at in 2019, which was 52 minutes. Now, I'll be amazed if I do it in an hour and 5. Like, that's the levels that my fitness has dropped off since then. Oh, dear. Feet that see you later. Yeah, I'm off now. That's the thing, Catbot. Indeed. I think, in a way, it's also... I love the fact that you got a Germany cap. Now, obviously, that was because of the whole silly kind of thing with the fake caps, but it's just fun. Oh, no, that was because of the German name fix. You snuck in there. Well, it might do, Andrew, but my plan potentially might be, if the Champions League final drags on a little bit and we're getting too close to the point where I think that actually we wouldn't get much transfers done, I might just dip the stream at 1 o'clock today and just do a full transfer stream on Tuesday instead. That way we actually get a full... Oh, no, 52... I was fucking proud of 52 minutes. It was a very flat course, which really helped. It was on an old airfield. But at the time, I think I didn't do any more 10k races from that point onwards until, like, COVID hit in the following March. So I think I could have probably gone sub 50, but I never tested it, basically, because at the time when COVID hit, I was training for the Rutland Half Marathon, and I was doing training runs that were like getting close for that kind of speed and not feeling the pace on it, but I never actually sort of tested it as a kind of race scenario, I suppose. You got the old cheaty cap, yeah. The Brighton Forest. I think I might, I probably will finish at 1 today for the F1. That way we can do a full, because otherwise we'll do the Champions League final and then we'll barely get any actual transfer time today. And I do want to have a bit of a big summer on that one. Although I'm thinking we might end up doing a summer where instead of going for the big boys, we go for like, we just go Wonder Kid shopping and just hoover up any good talent that we can find around the world who's like 19 and under. Because at the moment the first team is so good. And Silverstone was it Thruxton. No, it was none of those, believe me. It was, I say no, it was not an old airfield, actually, an old army base, I should say. I wouldn't mind doing the Silverstone one, though. That does look kind of fun. Right, but yeah, sorry, the face in the game thing is this. So, we were randomly looking to see how many there were in the save, and we noticed that on the people thing here, when we, like, just sorted by age, basically, because that's the way of finding all of you lot. Hello? There we go. Because you're all sort of in this sort of area here, you'll notice that you all still show up, which I think is really cool. I like that it does keep tracking your ages as well, even when you're fully retired. It just keeps tracking you on here. So it's really easy to find you all. There's Tim Lum. Now, obviously, some of you would have gone into management and various factors. So Barry Scott, obviously, is the loan manager here at Sirens. Chris Tipple? Wait, no, Chris Tipple, I don't think was a Patreon region, was he? These guys are like facing the game guys that just happened to come through in the same year. Wall of 100. Hey, Bente, how was Park Run? Radiant's Ham, you see. So you can see there's a few. Like Adam Cooper, we were able to bring in as a head of youth development. Well, sorry, as a Sirens coach. So we managed to hoover up any that we can on those ones, but not all of them was it possible to do that with. And so, for example, Corley's a scout, Drew Bursh's a head of youth development. Oh, you walked it. Nice. So point being, I'll make a video on it tomorrow for the patrons, because they're all in here. Even though there's obviously less information displayed here, but it does sort of give us some final wrap-up numbers with regard to things like international caps, goals, all that kind of jazz. So we can finally find out once and for all who was genuinely the best on that kind of stuff. But what we'll do is, once we do the looking forward bit, I'll do a Patreon episode for the patrons as well, where we go and look at things like your PAs and CAs and stuff that we were never able to see before. Because I have some suspicions about certain people. I reckon Dan Strong has to be up there. Like, his one was easily the best in terms of his overall performance, but I wonder if there was any cheeky ones that had, like, high PA but never had the right personalities to reach it and shit like that. So, I want to talk about this Valuts thing for a second, because my understanding of the way that the coefficient system works is that you get 2 points for a win and 1 point for a draw, and in the qualifiers it's halved, right? So that, in theory, means that if we took, say, an average Sirens season where we go straight into the group stages, in theory, the points that Liechtenstein would earn would be essentially the same as Sirens' personal coefficient over the course of that season. That's the way I'm looking at it. Which is why I'm a bit confused, because if you look at us, for example, here, that's not even the right screen, Matt. We have seasons where we get like 38, 39 points, and we don't play in any qualifiers. So I'm struggling to see how you couldn't get that with Vaduz if you played in the Champions League. That's where I'm a little bit confused. Because say you won like every group stage game in the Champions League. With 2 points a pop, that's 16 points right there. You'd then get 4 points for qualifying for the next round in the top 8. But you also get points for qualifying for the group stage in the first place, right? Is my understanding of the way things work with that. So that's why I'm a little bit confused as to how it would be. I think you get 16 points for winning the league unbeaten alone. Yeah. Won all the games other than one draw in the round of 16. I don't understand how that works. Like, the math ain't mathin'. Because, for example, this season here was when these were our back-to-back Champions League wins with Sirens. We got 38 and 39 points, respectively. And obviously, that's our personal coefficient, but that is essentially how it's worked out, is it not? And bear in mind, in those seasons, we didn't lose a single game. Or is it that you get 4 points on this? Now I'm wondering if on this you actually get 4 points. Actually, that still wouldn't make a lot of sense, though, would it? Because of the... Yeah, I'm a bit confused as to how that's supposed to work, then. Because you get bonus points for just... I'm so confused by it. Unless it's giving you, like, half points the entire way through. Yeah, that's... It's not... The math ain't mathin' to me. Unless it is that this is actually doubled on this one. But then that wouldn't make any sense, given that it's... The way that it does that dilution is to divide it by the number of teams you have. If that makes sense. Well, I suppose what would be easy to do would be to just look and see what Vaduz have been up to on this, really, wouldn't it? Except, unfortunately, FM doesn't make it very easy to filter this screen. And if I try to filter this by clubs, it just doesn't work. Which is always fun. So we'd actually have to, like, find them manually on here. And I don't think that's even really that... I suppose I could just search for this, couldn't I? We'd be able to sort of work it out a little bit. Although, I expect in this save, Vaduz haven't really done a great deal. There they are. 0, 0, 0, 0. Oh, wait, that was Eschen Moran. So they've got 2.5 points on the current season. This FM, all the documentation. Oh, good lord. Huh. And that only won you 20 points. It doesn't make it seem impossible, but it does make it seem a lot harder, and I can't quite figure out why. So they got 2.5 this year for... For essentially 4 wins? How'd you get 2.5 from 4 wins? That means they were getting 0.5 per win. And then another 0.5 out of nowhere for spurious reasons. Of which I genuinely cannot figure out. Unless it's like a round progression for like here or something. Which also implies that they're getting half points. They're getting half points here, but that means full points. But if they were getting 0.5 for reaching a round, then they've got 2 sets of 0.5, wouldn't they? Because then they got one for reaching this round and then one for reaching this round, even though they lost it. Unless you don't get points for reaching that round, you only get points for reaching that round. But that implies basically that they're actually giving you 1 point for a win when you're in the Champions League. And that's why it's equal to that. So that means you got 8 points for the wins that you got in the group stage. You'd have got 2 points for winning the... Yeah. Oh, at half points. Good point. Yes. Yeah, I think Hadrian's right. It's because it's halving the points for the qualifying points as well. I didn't realise there was qualifying points for those rounds. Ryan Stubbs, thank you very much for the follow. Okay. No club points awarded for qualification matches. Hang on. No club points awarded for qualification matches. Qualification matches only count towards the country coefficient.
That's a fun fact.
If that was the case, then they wouldn't have any qualification points, but they do. They literally have points. We just noticed that they have 2.5 points, and those are their 2.5 points, so they has to count towards their club one as well. Otherwise, they wouldn't have any there, right? Hang on. Nauticos is back. Thank you for the follow. Point being, it seems that when they're actually in the Champions League group stage, they're getting 1 point for a win and not 2. And then they're getting half a point for a draw. That seems to be the way that it's gone. They've gotten 14 points for every win, 6 points for the round progression to give them 20. Yeah, it seems like they're getting half points. But I'm starting to think that that's actually what happens in general. Wait. But that doesn't happen with us. Unless it's because of... Yeah, I don't fucking know. I don't know. I'm sorry, chat. You've joined to a maths lesson. That's clearly what's happening. Reach semi-final of the Conference League. Yeah, so you can definitely get more than those points for the Conference League, because in my test save that I was doing with them, where I was just simming, they got 27 points one season. Oh no, they got 30 points one year for winning the Conference League. So it can be done that you can get those stupid amounts of points, because they always start on a really low round as well. Is it ever okay to lie? I don't know, like, depends, right? Try not to, but, like, depends what you're lying about, I guess. So I guess so. Right. We should probably play a Champions League final. There's this. Heard this announcement, thought the voice sounded familiar. Oh, God, what's this?
We are sorry to announce that the 11:35 Wemp bullet train service to Valletta has been cancelled due to, if I'm reading this correctly, too many cows on the line. This was due to call at Ta'ali, Hamrun, Balzan, Birkirkara, Salima, St Paul's Bay and Zabar, with request stops at the Dingley Home for Retired Youth Prospects and Nashar. The next service will be whenever the cows decide to move. We apologise for any inconvenience this may cause and hope you have a good the good rest of your day.
What the fuck? Oh my God. The question is, right, did I miss that when it was posted originally? Because it's the fact that it came from you and not Duke. That's what's confused me. That's what's confused the shit out of me. How do I download that? Is that... Can I download that? Oh, I can. But did Duke post that in chat and I just missed it? How did you end up with it? Is it from Discord? That's amazing, firstly. Also, Sirens did. They won last night. They beat Goodyear United 2-1. If funny... Oh, that's so good, Duke. Duke has such a great voice as well. It's one of the reasons that when Duke was going to do some stuff for the radio show in Premier League years, I listened to his voice and went, no, I think we can make use of this a bit more than that. Which is why I had him doing the hosting for the radio show instead. Oh, it was brilliant. Lovely dude in person as well. So, Barcelona Champions League final. Squad lineup. The question is, who gets to start? Do we go with Tesco's Express or Pereira? He likes big matches. He likes big matches. So there's no issues on that. Now, out of the two of them this season, just stats-wise... Oh, thank you so much for clipping that as well. That's perfect for next year's recap. Tesco's has the form... You're not wrong. Let's have a look at the comparisons. So we can have a look at a stats comparison to him. Okay, statistics this season. They've literally played identical number of starts, but albeit Pereira has less minutes overall. And I wish it would show the number of minutes on there. But I suppose he does have per 90 on this one, doesn't it? So there is that. He's got the form, for sure. Yeah, just that little matter of the Barcelona game. I mean, goals per 90 minutes, Tesco's Express is higher. Assists per 90 minutes, he is much higher, but that means he does take set pieces, although that could be helpful. Key passes per 90 minutes is double. Pass completion rate is higher. Shots on target ratio is higher. Pereira does have slightly better tackling, but his tackle completion rate is lower. He covers the same amount of ground, let's be honest. His average rate... Continental? Continental, it's a little bit closer. Although what I will say is, Tesco's Express hasn't actually started that many Champions League games, so his numbers are a little bit skewed anyway. Who's Tesco's Express? That is Thiago Tejera. He's our left-sided winger that I spent way too much money on. Boast of Multiples at the club. It is, but if you're Liechtenstein, there is no multiple because you only get one club, so it can't divide it by any amount, so it just stays as one, basically. That's why Liechtenstein's such an interesting prospect. I still think it could be doable, but you'd have to really maximise your Conference League years, win it pretty much unbeaten every single time, and you can get a shitload of money for that. Not money. Plays the easier matches. He would have been playing easier games, but what I will say is, their Champions League average rating, 7.25 for Pereira, and Tejera, to get those kind of numbers with barely starting games, I think I'm going Tesco's Express. Which means you obviously switch the tactic, which is not a big deal. In a way, the tactic switch would actually help some of the footedness of other players as well. Because what it allows us to do is have... Well, it puts Gert on his correct foot. Obviously takes Kravitz off of his, so it's kind of much of a muchness. Peters is not fit to start, so it's going to have to be Lahovi. But Basie is fine. The question is, I mean, the thing is, Cho isn't fit to start either, really. 2 draws through all the conference and gave me 32 points. Yeah, so I feel like what you'd have to do is maximise your 3 seasons in the Conference League, and get yourself to like 96 points from those, and then just hope that the Champions League seasons in between carry you enough points that you can stay ahead. I think it's actually pretty doable, because I imagine once you're at the level that you're at, TSRT, where you're able to sort of win the Champions League, your team, when it is in the Conference League, just absolutely stomps the life out of it, right? So presumably that's where you'd have to be. And you may have to make a decision when you're in the Champions League seasons of like, am I getting too close to being in the top 2 at this point? And then would I then just yield off a little bit, settle for like 19 points in a season, but then hope that I don't get top 2? That way I can have another go in the Conference League. Yeah, Gillet dropping off is actually kind of scary. But attribute-wise, he's still fantastic. It's... for the Champions League, yeah, or whatever you need to do. I think it's definitely doable. I still feel pretty good about it. Just... Oh, Tesco's Express is Thiago Teixeira. He's our left-sided wunderkind, frankly, who's been absolutely goated this year. Better points-wise, yeah, for sure. Also, you'll note that there's a TRN logo on Ben Wood. I've sold him to Arsenal. Now, those of you that have watched the recap video will have already seen this, but I wanted to show you this myself. I've sold him to Arsenal for £40 million. We literally signed him on a free transfer last summer, and I've just flogged him to Arsenal for 40 million quid. Oh, it's good to be alive, isn't it? It really is. Once again, gotten harder. Yeah, I think I like the challenge of it. The way that it's going to work in the videos is it's going to be basically one long video. Each season is going to be like a chapter, and some of them will be really fast, some of them will be really slow, depending on what happens. It will just take me a long time to make, basically. But it's going to be quite a funny, sort of light-hearted video, but still telling the story of all the players. Moneyball Matt, oh, you wait. Just you wait, right? We have Sam Woolaway, who's on loan at Newcastle this season, and is playing really well. In addition, he is worth 40 million quid. And Newcastle kind of want him. So I might be able to sell him to Newcastle for 40 million quid to fill the gap that we got Ben Wood for free from. So we might actually make 80 million pounds off of Newcastle and Arsenal's misery, which is delightful. High for a centre mid. He's our, if I remember correctly. Wait, where did you see that? Where were you looking at that? Which screen was that on? Because I know who he is. He's a Lithuanian striker that we've got, which is immediately compared to Ben Wood. Oh, really? Oh, yeah. Why did I think he was a striker? I did. Either way, this is Alvinas Marušauskas. He's a Lithuanian Norwegian. Better than Fagundo. It's touch and go. It's a case of, at the end of the day, his form has been better lately. It's been my squad. True. They could do. I mean, I don't think anyone's set to Janet Vaduz. Although, to be fair, I tend to, like... Not that... Yeah. There's every chance. What I'll do, by the way, chat, and patrons especially, is at the start of the next game cycle, I'll sort of send out another message to get you to resubmit information, because people might not want them in the next game. They might not work in the next game as well. We've got to test that first. But also, you might want to update your information and things like that. Chrissy Costanza solo stuff she's dropping at the moment. I'm trying to think who Chrissy Costanza is. The value strategy. Yeah, so when I was doing some tests, TSRT, I actually got a couple of bloody good players. I sold one to PSG and one to Barcelona. And one of them was like worth like £200 million at Barca. Because currently, I don't know everyone's name. I just listened to the bands. Honestly, I've kind of assumed that Against the Current practically was a solo project from some of the live shows I've seen. Yeah, because that's the thing. Vaduz get the Swiss youth rating, don't they? That's why in all these saves. Bear in mind, in like 2040, in my test save, where I was just simming it, Liechtenstein got up to 67th in the world and actually qualified for the Euros. It was amazing. So yeah, the question is basically now, the rest of this team is kind of locked. Like, I'd start Peters over Lahovi if I could, but Lahovi is fit and Peters isn't. As for the back line, they're all fit and fresh. Paez likes big matches. He is competitive. In fact, he very likes big matches. No competition for Utex. Ah, true. Yeah, good point. So it just means they hoover up the best, right? It's not like they're going to go to Esch and Mauren, is it? Vieira also likes big matches. The issue we've got basically is that Gudmundsson doesn't. That's the biggest problem. He doesn't like big matches. However, the only player that we would realistically replace him with is Chosun One, who also doesn't like them and arguably likes them even less. That's definitely darker on Chosun One. So I think of the two, I'd still probably rather play Gudmundsson. The only other option would be someone like Roban Ibanez, who also doesn't like them. Okay, so our entire second string of centre-backs really don't like them big matches. What about Nerlensrem? Bro doesn't care either way. Cool. Good to know. Yeah, and forward, but he just doesn't somehow play to that. This man has actually been astonishing in the Champions League this year. Like, 7 assists in 10 games in the Champions League is very good numbers. Yeah, he's just not asked either way. What was the other thing I was going to say? Nope, it's gone. Oh, yes. Joshua Crompton. Weird thing about Crompty Boy. Where is Crompton? Is he injured? Or am I just not seeing him there? He's probably on the bench and I'm just missing him entirely. Oh, no, he's there. He's got to make the bench, surely. Is that he has an expected assist this season. Oh, that was his XG. I'm an idiot. I'm sure someone's going to call me out on that for the in the recap video where I mentioned that, oh, he's got nearly 6 XA when he doesn't. In fact, he has 1. Well, like 2.2. I was calling him out because I thought his XA was 6.84. Whoopsie. I was like, how dare you, sir? Is he small risk in the final, is he not? What do you mean? So, hang on. Crompton is still sort of... Well, yeah, engagement bait. That's the one, yes. I would never leave deliberate mistakes in. No, that's just not something I would do. Is there anyone else that is legitimately a bench option here, actually? It's really only Crompton. It's like, who do I even take off the bench for him? I guess Nerlensrem. Like, we've got 2 other centre-backs. I wasn't going to bring on Nerlensrem as a centre-back in this game anyway, so I guess he does make the bench over those 2, I would say. I wouldn't want to bring him on just because of match sharpness, but honestly, as far as the bench goes, Otavio I'm more than happy to bring in. Pereira again with the match for being the biggest match. Yeah, true, but like, at the end of the day, he doesn't hate big matches. He just doesn't like them as much as some of the others. Also, like, who am I dropping Babesi for? Like, Hans Zimmer's injured, and Kral is the only other player that could conceivably come in there, and he's just not on the same level. Hey, Ben! It's usually not too much of an issue unless you have a whole squad of them. Like, I'll happily let us carry the couple of them. The most important position for it to have doesn't like... Also, Babesi seems to not care about his big match rating. He just seems to perform in them anyway. I watch him easily drop a good rating here. The one position that you can't afford to have... No, I'd say the 2 positions that you can't afford to have hates big matches on is striker, especially if you've got a lone striker, and goalkeeper. I would avoid any striker or goalkeeper that doesn't like big matches. Admittedly, when you're buying them young, you've got no choice because you don't know until they're 22. Also, I wouldn't play a whole centre-back line of doesn't like big matches, but 1 in the 3 is okay. Chosen one. It's amazing how many times we've called him that and just not called him that. Hello, Pog. You just like work here, my love. Right, I think that'll be okay. I just don't see how this squad is not better than Barca right now at this stage. I just realised I wasn't even in the team selection screen. There we go. Retrained 5'1" centre back. That's actually something I might try and do next year. I want to do a little video series next year where I find players in the game that are really kind of are in one very specific position, but are actually kind of suited to play in a very different position. And I want to retrain them when they're young and basically have their entire career pan out really differently. So basically find a tall striker and retrain him to play as a centre back, and then just have his entire career play out totally differently. I thought that'd be quite a fun little series to do. So, let's have a look at this team, I suppose. Yeah, Karalich is in there, which is... Wait, is he in there? No, they wouldn't start him, right? Or is he there? Oh, he is there. Wait, he's a centre-back? Chat? Barcelona have lost the fucking plot. Red Zone Extreme Joe Linton. I was actually thinking about this the other day. There was this. I heard a quote. It was just something like, "People don't really remember your failures most of the time. When they're talking about you, they're mostly from this sort of space. They usually talk about cool things that they've enjoyed that you've done, right?" And I was thinking to myself, that's kind of true actually, except Red Zone. But that, however, is mostly because I was the one that brought it up and turned it into a meme. Overpriced Belgian. You'd love to see it. Oh my shit. He's 20 years old. Remember, but that's because I turn them into memes. Sometimes people say that I've done good videos occasionally. Anyway, point being, Karalich is not a centre-back. He's a midfielder playmaker. He's 5'11" with 12 jumping reach, but he's not great in the air. He's not fast either. The fact that Barca are playing him as a centre-back is a little bit surprising to me. Barrera at right back. Model professional. Good player. I'd rather have Babasi. Trigger press on him. Yeah, I think we might actually. It's weird that they've got trigger press on the other guy. They've got Mike Meyer, which, can we just talk about the fact that they have a guy called Mike Meyer and somehow we've never noticed this guy and it's 28, he's 28 years old now. Winning the Conference League than Europe. So they can get it through winning the Conference League, but technically they didn't. Technically winning the Conference League would actually get them into the Europa League, but by winning the Conference League they get stupid amounts of coefficient points in the season, which means that they get top 2 in the coefficients, which dumps them straight into the Champions League anyway. So essentially, yes. That's yeah, it's a single Mike Meyer. Also, he's 5'11" as well. And Narcis Foch. Okay, Narcis Foch is great. He's ridiculously good. Really like him. Well, that's what I'm going to try and do, dear basis. That's my plan anyway. He's very good. He's an issue. But Roldan, all the things he's bad at are things that don't actually matter. It's weird seeing a lot of red on like a world-class players. Like, but still. Yeah, Reynoso in his headers. The centre-backs, yeah, 5'7" as well. Abakar Thiam, 5'10" with 7 jumping reach. He's decent, but again, he's 32. He's not the quickest. He's probably wanted by Saudi. Yeah. I'm not seeing like, oh my god, I think Rasul Rahmati's really good, isn't he? Yeah, so he's 36 and can't run. I guess they're playing him, basically he's their own version of Jose Padilla. He's literally Jose Padilla. With better natural fitness, admittedly. Except I'd argue he's worse technically than Padilla. Good lord. Okay, this could work. Zul Ashwin, thank you for the follow. And Pablo. With 2 jumping reach. Chat, have they got anyone? They've got 2 players that are like 6 foot. Oh yeah, Tiam's absolutely going to score today. When he has, yeah, hang on, you say he hasn't scored a goal in a decade? Oh my god, you're right. Well, no, he might have got one. Hang on, let's have a look. His last goal, it's still been a while, but it's very mid, isn't it? I know for a fact that their top 2 strikers are very good. Hired is ridiculous. They signed him from PSG. Yeah, we're playing Tesco's Express, and now I'm even more glad that we did. I'm also glad we're starting Gudmundsson because he's got 20 jumping reach and is 6'6". Developing young players. Oh, they develop them all right. They give them massive agility. Long throws. Oh, yeah, don't ask him to take those. And they also have, of course, Daniel Lewis from Villa. So their strike force is brilliant. But it's also like, what is this system, by the way? We rarely ever face this shape, and I'm a bit concerned about it. But end of the day, we do what we do, right? Yeah, Daniel Day-Lewis is is going to be a problem. But I think the back three should be able to... What can we do? We just got to go, right? I think it's their backline. I think they can be got at defensively, especially... Hang on a minute. Which was their really good player? I want to just check this. I want to check what side their really good wing-back's on. I've forgotten. So Foch is their left back, which is annoying because that means he's going to be the one that's up against nobody. Because Tejera will be up against Facundo Barrera. Which means Foch will have more of a free reign, but also his defensive abilities won't matter because he won't be having to do a lot of defensive stuff. That's all going to go down Facundo Barrera's side. He will be a problem offensively, yes, and it means Babasi's going to have a lot of work to do. But then he's also going to have to deal with Babasi. I think we'll be okay. And also, I really like the fact that we've got that he's our former player, Karalic. Yeah, we sold him to Hamren, and they then sold him to Barcelona for £10 million. It literally is Barrera versus Pereira. Yeah, the two Fagundos. Yeah, Foch is going to be... What's their bench looking like? They do have, like, Isidre Cabale, who is a good player. Gambo's good. These are all left backs. It's weird that all their quality is down that left side. They've got Dan as well, remember. I think we can get at Barrera, yeah. I think Tejera against Barrera, good lord, it gets more difficult. Xavi's still manager. I don't know, actually. Did you see? I didn't actually see who the manager was. Yeah, it's always refereed by unknown, unfortunately. What is this Barcelona kit? They've chose strange stuff. This is the final. Yes, this is the Champions League final. I think the Lahovi-Tejera partnership down this left-hand side is going to be very fruitful. Remember, Kravets is on this side as well. So we've basically targeted all of our offensive play down their weakest side of the pitch. And I think that's going to be crucial. Lahovi drills it all the way through. Yeah, that I think is going to be really, really good for us today. Oh, look at this again. Kravets. But Babasi's then going to get free reign down this side. Oh, look at this start from us. Yep, I'm liking this a lot. Because this is their weak side from all areas. And we've got Tejera, Lahovi, and Kravets all occupying players on this side and creating an overload. So not only are they going to be outnumbered by us when we get the ball in those areas, but they're also much worse. That's a great ball. Lahovi scoops it all the way back to Padilla, blocks it through. Tejera. Oh, okay. It does look very cheesy, doesn't it? I think this is going to be a good day for us, hopefully. Particularly as Karalic is on that side too. So as much as he's going to be pushing up... Is that Babasi? Okay, we've got to be careful of that. That's where we could get caught out with Babasi pushing forward there. So have to be careful and keep an eye on that. But at the moment... Ooh. Also, yeah, get back. There we go. Lobbed crosses. I don't think that's an option, is it? Also, no point in changing the tactic, right? Bear in mind, even when we came against Liverpool with their super close, super tight... Sorry, super short backline, we never deviated from our low crosses, and we still managed to hump them 4-0 with two-headed goals in that game, because I find that if you start to force it too much, you miss out on good opportunities with the low balls, and we're so good with those low crosses. Coefficient-wise with the win, not super high up. We'd still only be on, like, I think 17 points, which just shows you how important it is to have the other teams do bits in the lower competitions. There's a little update from the Turkish League for you, everyone, chat. Low crosses are very, very powerful, yeah. And bear in mind, we're still going to dwarf them from set pieces. That's the crucial thing, you know? It was Arsenal City game today. Might watch that later then, yeah. Kravets. Oh, good save again. I mean, we're peppering them with chances so far. Yeah, the 27-point year is, I think, what's given us hope, right? It's given us a chance, but I've really enjoyed the opening few minutes of this game. The fact that we've got a couple of little openings... It seems 4:30 kickoff. Oh, sick. Oh, that's a foul. Well played, Reynoso. Then, yeah, I'll watch that. The plan is we'll probably finish at 1 today because of the F1, and then do a proper transfer stream on Tuesday. Then I can watch the 2 o'clock. Yeah. I think that's the play. But basically, Gudmundsson! Oh, here we go. I mean, the fact that we're getting openings so easily in the first few moments of this game is very encouraging. That and Barca are playing out from the back. I genuinely thought Karalic was just going to give us the ball there. And he's a very good on the ball kind of player. Look at this defensive play. We're barely... I don't think they've actually been into our final third yet. Oh, here we go. Maybe their first foray. Bit of space on that side, perhaps. It's feeling good for me so far. But, you know, arguably, I would say the best team we've ever faced in a Champions League final was Real Madrid, and we beat them. The Atletico one was, at the end of the day, was pretty much a walkover. Real Madrid was a lot more difficult. We got that early goal and were able to just be better on the night. But today feels pretty good. We just need to get the goal. Get that early goal, if we can find it. And then I think after that, it will get quite difficult for Barcelona. Because, again, Lahovi driving forward, but this time it's blocked off. But that's okay. Easily clears the header. Reynoso's going to have to make sure that he's in the right place today, though. It feels... I get the feeling that if we're going to win this, it's still going to be quite tight because, you know, Champions League final. But, God, I love watching us play out of the back. Okay, not like that. They do have those mentals, yeah. And they've got a little bit of agility in certain places, although we're getting better at that. Okay, first little attempt. Oh, wow. They had nobody there. I wonder if that's one of the pitfalls of this system, is that often it means that their attacking mids have to make those runs to the wide areas, and then when they turn around, there's nobody there to receive the pass. So far... No, we have played Man United. Our first ever final, which we were really lucky to get to, which was way before this, was against Man United, and they absolutely clarted us. I think it was 3-0, but it could have been worse. Because we went 1-0 down, weren't in the game, made some tactical tweaks, and then didn't have a shot because I basically got back-seated to make loads of tactical changes, and I gave in, and we just did nothing after that. But then when we came back stronger later, we faced Atletico, then we won, Real Madrid, then we won, then we missed out last year, and this year we're back in against Barcelona. So yeah, we've faced 3 different Spanish sides in our last 3 Champions League finals, and so far, 100% record. What are you doing? Do they overtake us? No. Spain aren't even second anymore. Spain aren't even third anymore. It's France that could overtake us, but I don't believe they can either this year because they've... Although Stade Rennais did actually win the Conference League. But no, Spain actually have slipped to 4th anyway, so they've not had the best of years so far. France have actually been the ones that have really been cooking in the last few years, mostly due to the fact that they dropped down to 7th in the coefficients, and as a result, they started getting stupidly large points hauls because obviously with less teams in Europe, that tends to be a happen. But over the last sort of 5 years, France have really caught up. Oh, okay, seems to have gone off the ball a little bit, but we look all right. That little early foray, I was hoping we could maybe grab something cheeky. We didn't actually even look at their goalkeeper, did we? Don't even know who their goalkeeper is. His name is Thomas. Oh, Carolus Thomas. He's good, but he's not as good as Bjork Sultan. We don't know about his big matches or anything like that, but he's decent. Like, I wouldn't hate if he was our goalkeeper, but I still wouldn't trade him for Bjork. Absolutely no chance. Bjorky boy, I think, is probably one of the best decisions we've made. We've literally won 3 Champions Leagues since we signed him. I think in the 5 years he's been here, this could potentially be his 3rd Champions League win in 5 years. Either he's come at the right time. Yeah, 42 caps to 32. Good point. He is a player of all time. In it just. Keeping an eye on the rating so far. Padilla seems to have started nicely. So is the centre-backs, actually, which is a surprisingly good sign. Like, rarely do we see that from these types of games, but I guess they're just winning stuff in the air. Yeah, he's been at PSV for a while. There is just basically not an abundance of world-class goalkeepers in this save world. And I don't know if that's the same thing that you've noticed in your saves, but I've just noticed how few and far between world-class keepers are, to the point where I can practically name them all in this save. So Joel Simon, obviously of, I think, Liverpool and probably of Bayern, he's one of the world-class ones. There was that guy that was at Leipzig as well, and obviously Bjork Sultan. But other than that, honestly, yeah. Yeah, Restes stayed as City keeper for such a long time. And I assume that was just because they couldn't replace him. They're going to develop by AI. I mean, they do, because bear in mind, we basically bought Bjork Sultan fully developed. Like, he wasn't a guy we've really done anything to. He came in as a complete player. From Bodder, of all places, weirdly. Nathaniel Owusu. Sorry, I'm not even sure he counts as a goalkeeper, let alone a good one. Nice. Barcelona's trying those long balls, and it just ain't going to work. Right, come on again. I do want to keep an eye on Tejera, because if he does start to flag and struggle, we know we've got that option in the second half, especially if Barca make changes. Go on, Vieira. Provide that little extra support. Oh, I like that idea. That's better. Get it out of your feet, bud. That's fine. Just keep it moving. Don't lose possession here. Have a little run. There we go. That's more like it. Go on, Lahovi. Okay, it's fine. We win us a corner. To Potter, yeah. Are several... aren't even close to reaching out my saves. I don't know. Like, I don't know the PAs of any of these guys, so it's really hard to say. That was a shit corner. Can we like maybe make the most of the fact that we've got the height advantage, lads, and not just do that? What an absolute waste of a corner. Yeah, most players don't reach their max PA. You need to have a combination of the perfect football strategy. Sorry, the perfect like football playing time, the perfect sort of personality setup, good training schedules, all that sort of stuff will enable you to have it. I'd be surprised if we don't have one guy in this team that's probably like maxed out at some point. Padilla honestly might be him. It's hard to tell though because he's got such low physicals. I love being able to lump it up there to Reynoso and him actually win those. Usually he struggles. Sorry. Hey, you're right. Quick question. Why did you just let that randomly go up for a Barcelona throw? That looked like an actual good attacking opportunity for us there, and he's just gone, I don't feel like it. We're 12 minutes in, bruv. Like, maybe show a little bit of effort there before I bring Mohamed Peters on. Oh, but basically he's getting dragged all over the place at times. Reynoso, true. I think maybe Reynoso doesn't look as world-class as he is because he has such well-rounded attributes. Like, he is still world-class, but there are certain players you see at some of those big sides that have just got those elite attributes in a few certain areas where Reynoso has got kind of elite across the board. And I think that's why maybe he'll never be like your 20 finishing, 20 composure kind of guy. But he makes so good of what he already has because his physicals are so elite, his mentals are so elite as well. Makes such a huge difference to his development. Yeah, basically, there's very few players like Granelli and Bedini. Those guys have, I mean, Bedini we knew had the 200, but like, I reckon Granelli can't have been far short of that either. Yeah, Arifi had 19 finishing, and look how that turned out. Exactement. That was a poor touch. Granelli has to be in the 190 club. There's probably about 10 to 15, no, maybe not as much as that. Maybe 10 guys in this save with 190. I would guess.
Oh, yes,
Anthony Russell, thank you for the follow.
They are building
Good
it now.
play, well done. But basically, has got his work cut out here. That is a weird idea. Oh! Do you know what? I take it back. That was actually not a bad idea at all. No real shocking performances going on so far. I hope he's not done amazingly, but basically he's done okay. Oh, that's not a bad pass, actually. I think he's offside. Yeah, he is. Okay, cool. Point being, Padilla, Tejera, and Reynoso are all on 6.7s. Kravitz is on a 6.8. Perez! We need to check in on Perez at some point. What I do find hilarious is that as of, I checked before stream, Tejera now has favoured personnel status at the club, which means he's been here half a season, for not even a full year, and he has the same level of preferred personnel at the club as Vida Zinha, who played 20 seasons here and was our captain for 10 of them. Make it make sense. Torpid Squid, thank you for the follow. It is mad how the game just throws that around like candy. Cool, we're pushed up quite nicely here. Okay, lump it long. That should be nice and easy for Gillet, of all people. That was a bit weird that he was the one that came back for that, but that's okay. Sirens, welcome in, Anthony. How's your Sunday going? Shiny forward. He's very shiny. But Vida was so good. Vida's numbers and his actual like ratings and stuff were so good over so many years. He was club captain. He played for Malta, captained Malta at the Euros. Well, that's better. Wrong decision there, I'd say, from Tejera. But he is in a good spot to receive the ball soon. Right, that's better. Now we go. Come on. Oh, yeah, that lack of speed from Padilla does sometimes catch him out there.
Watching an okayest man and his pog occasionally play Football Manager. Win the UCL Upper Sirens and keep up the okayest work, good sir.
I sure do hope so. AMR Vida. Maybe that's what it is. If we got more AMR Vida, perhaps he would have got to that next level. But Bashi's already gaining a lot of rating in this game, which is awesome. It's Lahovi that worries me more, if anything. But I do wonder if the reason Babasi's getting a higher rating gain is because he's playing by himself there, and Lahovi just hasn't been able to do Lahovi things just yet. He's not been able to get into those wide positions and create anything. Maybe he plays better when he's solo. Maybe it's that Peters works better in conjunction in that position. I don't know. Pegasus Austrian coffee slowly cure. Hey, that sounds delicious, honestly. Is this hangover headache, or just one of those Sunday mornings? Drink water. That's what I always say to Pog. Still a 3-star. Oh, yeah. It's crazy that I still don't understand how we were able to sign Vida in the first place. It's kind of mad that we were able to snup him out from under the noses of, like, wasn't it Milan and Porto that both wanted Vida, and somehow he chose to join Sirens, and what a decision it was for him, really. Like, captain of the club, played here for nearly 20 years, and captained Malta at the Euros. It's like, he would never have got that. They just never bid. It's so strange that they would just not bother. I guess it's just that he was good for us, but maybe for them he would have been much further down the pecking order, and as a result they just didn't quite consider it to be useful for them. Oh, go on, slip that pass in there. Yes! Padilla really does take up some brilliant positions. I think that's what makes up for his lack of... Oh, that's poor. His lack of speed and acceleration, basically, is his positioning. No, it's not even his position. It's his off the ball, basically. Is absolutely brilliant, I think. If I recall correctly, does he have like 20 off the ball? 17. And it shows in games like that. He's just always in the right place. Mavi Fat. Nice. That's awesome. I hope you're okay though, James. That sounds ominous. You got any FM news this week? I'll be amazed if we do, honestly. Oh, is that going to be a yellow card for shit. That's a bit. Tension headache and the weather pressure changes to... Really? Christ alive. That's not ideal. Also, if Lewis goes off here, that would be more ideal. Shallow stayed and developed to be elite. Not a chance. Ronnie Shallow was great for what we needed at the time. But you could see from his career after we sold him that he did absolutely nothing. He's one of those players that I knew we were always going to outgrow. There are very few players that joined us that I thought would be with us for the long haul in those early days. The only one player, I think, that I looked at and went, right, this guy is going to be here for a while, and that was Palacio. I would say, of all the guys we signed in those early years, he's the only one that's like, Tony Sunday too. I said, yeah, true. But of course, Tony didn't. But had he stayed, he probably would have been. I think Tony would have only just fallen out of our first team probably in about the last season and a half. What's the in-game year? It is 2048, I believe. So it's taken a while. This is season 25. Yeah, this is our 4th final. 2 of which we've won. But the first one was obviously a long time ago. First Siren stream. Friendly versus Zabug. Lost the game 3-2. Wow. Is that the same season that we got knocked out of the cup by St. Venera Lightning as well? Yeah, we've been making that progress lately. Sold to Saudi. Fuck, who was that? I know who you mean, but who was the midfielder we sold to Saudi? We're going to get both of our fullbacks. Okay, well, we're fine. I can't remember. Midfielder we sold to Saudi. Because we've sold a few guys to Saudi. There was Jozanovic, who I think... Camgra and Lend. No, I don't think Camgra went for a lot of money. Camgra only sold because he was getting on a bit and he wasn't playing any football anymore. So I sold Jozanovic to Saudi because of the FRT thing. I sold Krustev to Saudi because of the FRT thing. Sorry, was mentioned before me. I actually don't know. But basically... Oh, I love that for a cross. Come on Wednesday and hit me hard. I bet. Oh, that sucks, man. But you know that we're all wishing your father well. And we wish him a speedy recovery as soon as possible. Kravitz! Oh my god, how was that not a goal? That was like Iwobi yesterday against Newcastle. How has he not scored there? Well played, Jose. Did you get booked straight off the bat there? No, somehow how's he got away with that? That was a huge chance. Fabian Scher, oh my god. Yeah, I tell you what, that Fulham Newcastle game yesterday had some absolutely glaring issues. 80s power balance. I agree. Here we go. Finally a bit of space for Tajera to run into, and that has to be a yellow card. As if. This is what I mean about FM. It seems to have no context for when to give bookings. Because there's no way in the world that wouldn't be considered a yellow card. Ooh, that's a good save. Should I even doing that? I don't know, but he has to square that to Joel Linton. It's crazy that he doesn't square that. He's pulled him down while he's through on goal. Has to be a yellow card. It's a professional foul. Ah, dear. Prince, thank you very much for the 26 months. I hope you're having a fabulous... Oh, that's a dreadful touch. Well, I don't know why he was there. He went on a lovely little run. It is so nice seeing Joachim Andersen back in a Fulham shirt. I've missed his diagonal balls so much. It was... Genuinely, we were so good yesterday. It's nice to see Emil Smith-Rowe playing the way he is. I know that Pope should have done better for the goal, but I do feel for Pope slightly because ESR takes that shot so quickly. It's like his control first with the right foot, and then literally his next touch with the right foot in any form is literally the shot. It was so good. I think it just catches him out with how quickly he takes the shot. But the fact that we gave up a goal 30 seconds in the second half really did irk me. Alright, cool. This is full match. If that's what you mean. So it's not even really a highlight, technically. It's just the game itself. Pope was injured. Oh, really? Yeah, I must admit, he did make some strange decisions in that game. Hang on. Do you think we see a double day with both Man City men and women? I don't know. I've only just found out Man City were playing Arsenal today in the men's league. Let alone what's going on. Are they playing Chelsea? I don't know. I genuinely don't know. Strongo! Thank you for the 22 months, friend. Hope you're well. Has a suspension, does he really? I was thinking he wasn't very pleased with the referee. Was that the Liverpool-Bournemouth game yesterday? Also, I watched the West Ham Chelsea game yesterday morning, and I couldn't really understand for me how West Ham didn't get a penalty in that first half. I think Chelsea were actually really, really good, and I was very impressed with them. But I was just struggling to understand why that wasn't given as a penalty. He just has hold of his arm. Like, are you saying that that's allowed now? Can we just do that? Fleeting. So basically what they're saying is you can foul someone as long as you don't foul them lots. I didn't realise that there was definitions of it. To me, I was just like so baffled by that. Like, and I have no like horse in this fight, but like, it's just really odd to me. Like, yeah, really strange. But the best part is, the commentator made this point, which they do sometimes, which I never understand. He goes, well, that wasn't enough contact to bring him to the ground. I'm like, okay, sorry. So just to clarify, you can't win a foul without being pulled to the ground now. So you can't impede someone without them falling over. That's apparently the new rule. Really weird. Yeah, West Ham were not good in that game, but like, I thought they should have had a pen there. Oh, go on, Padilla. Oh, and again, we're getting into good positions. Yeah, the one I was watching it on was obviously NBC, because I went to America yesterday morning, chat, and I was watching it in my hotel room there. NBC's commentary, yeah, they were idiots. To be fair, the commentator in the... I also went to Australia in the afternoon yesterday, chat, and the Opta Sport team were pretty bad during the Fulham-Newcastle game as well, I must admit. I don't know how he fell, but who cares? It's either a foul or it isn't. I just don't understand that kind of logic. So are we saying that it suddenly becomes less of a foul if someone falls over differently? I don't know. It's like you've either impeded him or you haven't. I mean, I don't think they'd have won anyway. They were really quite poor. BBC posted next time. I think that's just one of the... It's the price of... Not even success, but the price of the old... It's the price of being at the top in terms of, like, size of fan base, right, innit? I travel all over the world, chat. I'm a jet setter when it comes to sport. I only ever weirdly watch on TV when I'm there, though. You know. What can I say? I'm a time traveler. Not even a time traveler. I exist where I need to be. But no, Chelsea are actually looking pretty good. Even Nicholas Jackson looks like he can finish a chance now. It's intriguing. I do wonder if they'll actually be able to turn him into a like, legitimately, genuinely good striker. Because I feel like he has a lot of the raw materials to be a phenomenal footballer. And just about slowly sort of moulding him into that. Tosin, do you know what? Tosin, actually, I was surprised. I saw him on there. I was like, that looks like Tosin. And he didn't make one of his Tosin-like errors. You'll get them. Don't worry. They're coming. Just you wait. Just you wait until a random cross is floated into the box and he just randomly sticks a leg out and it goes straight back to the on-running midfielder and they score. Because believe me, he will do that at least 3 times this season. Oh yeah, they never clamp down on the holding of the box. It's actually obscene. The things you can get away with from a corner are mad to me. It's like if you did that anywhere else on the pitch, it would be immediately a foul. But yeah, it is hilarious. It was Bournemouth. Yeah, I heard that. It's cool, honestly. He seems like a nice enough chap.
Fiona!
Deprive the locals of tickets. Exactly. I rock up in Australia. Don't deprive the locals in Australia of the tickets to the Newcastle Fulham game. What a guy I am. Oh, hello. Excuse my Jadeg Siprohorov. I'm sorry if I've said that. I'm absolutely butchered that. I'm so sorry. Can I call you JD? Oh, but thank you for the follow. I really do appreciate it. This game has gone really off the boil. That being said, right, half an hour in, Barcelona haven't had a shot yet, and we've had some chances. Oh, go on, Padilla. It's again that lack of, like, Tesco hoisin duck wrap. Great name. Thank you for the follow. For the women's show, I don't believe they sell them. I'll be honest. I haven't actually had a look, but I don't believe they do sell them. Based on the I've tried absolutely nothing, and I'm all out of ideas. I still don't think they actually do sell them. Which is crazy to me, but I'll have a look. If anyone knows otherwise, then I'm on it, because I really do want one. Austria Vienna tickets. I said locals. See-through logo. Yeah. I don't know. Every now and then I'll see like a TikTok compilation of just absolute bangers. Just like people just nutting it from 30 yards. And I'm just like, God, I do kind of miss those days a little bit. It's like, it's all very nice seeing the pretty football with the lovely build-up, but sometimes I just want to see someone twat it in the top corner, you know? No, with that is, I know it's... Don't know what point yet. But pretty much, yeah. Welcome to my excuses. Tall is their keeper? I actually don't know how tall their keeper is. We didn't What shirt is it, Matt? It's the Fulham women's shirt for the 2024-25 season. It's basically it's the same shirt as the men's one, but it's got an AEW sponsorship on it instead of a betting company. So naturally, 6'3" their keeper. So that does make sense. He's a fairly tall boy. It is weird. It's like, well, like you say with the Adidas thing, where for the Women's World Cup, they weren't selling the women's shirts in the men's cut. And I'm like, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? Gee, there's this massive market of sports watchers that might want to buy these fabulous shirts and support the women's game. Should we make them that they can actually wear them? No, we wouldn't do something like that. Fulham themselves doesn't sell it. I know, it's absolutely asinine, isn't it? Like, I would love to buy one. I honestly think the reason they're not doing it is because they know that they sell those more than they would sell the men's ones, because people don't want to buy the shirts with betting sponsors on it. I believe that is genuinely the reason. I think if they started selling the Fulham women's shirt, you'd see the ground would be full of those and not the men's shirts, which I actually think would be quite funny in a way. And it would show you exactly how, like, people can vote with their feet and vote with their wallets sometimes, right? I'd buy up a wrestling site in a heartbeat, mate, yeah. I think Barcelona may have a couple of injuries and suspensions from this game, because it doesn't... The team is nowhere near good enough to be in this game in its current state. When you look at the fact that we've played 35 minutes of a Champions League final, they've had 0 shots. Loads of possession, 0 shots. They're basically the Southampton of Europe. Footballing terrorists, if you will. So don't lose advertising. Possibly, yeah. That could be part of the reason. I'll make my own. I'll buy like an AEW like iron-on thing. Peel off the original sponsor if I can. That'd be good. I don't know that that's even possible. It was a Norwich. I know, and that's awesome, and you should. Question though, is your main sponsor a betting sponsor? I'm just curious to know if there is anything to that. Renault, so it's a dreadful touch. He's offside anyway. Swear words this early on a Sunday. To be fair, they got a draw yesterday. I have a lot of Saints supporting friends as well, which is why I almost feel like I can rip on them more. Do you know what? I might actually do that. But then I'd still have to buy the men's one. And I resent giving them that amount of money for it too, because it is Premier League football shirts are ludicrously priced. I'd much rather spend that money on another Cambridge United shirt, honestly. In fact, I think I might just do that instead. Because I really like the Cambridge United shirt I have. And I kind of want to get the other two as well, because they're both... Cambridge United's entire set of kits this year is phenomenal. All 3 kits are fire. For me, they're all like 9s and 10s. I love them to death. Friends with the less fortunate. You can't out people as Saints supporters. Blakely. What's Blakely do? Oh. How much are Prem shirts? I think it varies from club to club, but I believe the Fulham ones are £90. Bear in mind, my Cambridge United one was 45. I might be wrong about that for the Fulham ones, but I believe they're about 90 quid. Which is insanity. Yeah. Whereas I could just buy a really cool Cambridge United one. Yes, I did say 90. I might be wrong about that, but I believe they're 90. Let me just have a look. It might be 80. Either way, I love this. I've typed in Fulham FC shop, and the first thing that comes up is Aston Villa. Got their SEO smash in there. Morian, thank you for the 32 months. Let me just check. Home shirt. Oh no, I tell you, like, it's £80. But also, that's still wild. Like, and then you've got postage on top of that, right? As far as I know, it isn't even free shipping. So, yeah, Chelsea did it right. They've got no sponsor. It's fine. I must admit though, I still don't like their shirts. I normally love sponsorless shirts, but I just really don't like whatever Chelsea do with their shirts at the moment. I don't know if maybe it's because of their sponsor, but it's Nike, isn't it? So I don't know. Yeah, I'd pay 40 to 50 for a Premier League shirt. I'd pay 50, but that's why I just buy the Cambridge ones instead. I'd rather support, my localish club, my small League One localish club, although not for much longer, unfortunately, than that. Honestly, particularly as Cambridge don't have a betting sponsor, they're sponsored by a local brewery. It's like even better. Putting the name on, is it free? Is it? Yeah, I remember when a brand new shirt with a name on the back would set you back like £45. I bought Pog a Villa shirt years ago. I say years ago, wasn't it? It can't have been that long ago. Probably it would have been less than 10 years ago, with a number and name on the back, and that I think cost me £55, maybe 60 at a push. But that's with name and number and Premier League badges on it. It's just like, yeah, just quite literally fleecing people. I think I'd rather buy a fleece. Prices, oh, I bet the prices are even worse. Obviously, because you've got to import them, right? Oh my lord. I'll be honest, this Albion Rovers shirt looks like something that would be made with Kit Basher, except Kit Basher would do a better job. Although I do like the way they've incorporated the sponsor into the actual shirt design too, but I also hate it at the same time. £40 shirt days. Yeah, the first football shirt I ever owned that was like an actual football shirt was a 2000, I bought it in 2003. It was Fulham's home kit, the dabs.com one, with the black and white weird design. Blank, got it in JD Sports or whatever, and I think that was £20. Might have even been less than that, because it was obviously towards the end of the season. And that shirt actually means a lot to me, because it's got like, it's just the first like Fulham shirt I ever owned. I also have a the sky blue Fulham away kit that they did briefly for our like 125th anniversary season. I have a Brian McBride one of those too, which is so cool. I love that shirt so much. Basically registered. Yeah, it's mad. This is why I prefer to buy like stuff off classic football shirts. Or buy shirts for smaller clubs, honestly. Like my local team, like really local team. Pog and I were in town the other day just getting some coffee. And it was Saturday morning, obviously, so a lot of the kids were at the club doing football training. And they were walking back in their shirts and stuff, right? And obviously there's the men's team too. But this is obviously the kids' football training on Saturday morning. And I'll tell you what, the shirts are so fire. It's like I would literally buy a replica shirt of that, but I just don't know that there's ever likely to be a thing you can get. But they are so good. It's like proper like old school AC Milan looking shirts. Late in preseason, get them on discount. Yeah, I should have bought the Fulham training top last year, because that one didn't have the silly betting sponsor on it, and it was a really cool colour. Oh, for 85 quid, yeah. A bit of Bonnie Rigrose. Oh no, it's giving... No, it almost looks like a rugby top, and I don't know why. Okay. That's what on earth. Under the sea. Yes, Japan Rugby. That is exactly... Yes. Yeah, I've never heard of any of these sites, which is pretty cool. Why do I deem it okay to promote alcohol, not a betting company? Which alcohol company am I promoting? Oh, because... Oh, sorry, you're right. Yeah, because that. Do I need a reason? Yeah. Like, I'm not promoting either of them. I'm just saying that of the two, I would rather have an alcohol sponsorship than a betting company sponsorship. You know? I'm not saying that alcohol hasn't damaged people's lives. I'm just saying that perhaps it isn't quite as predatory as the betting sites are in many ways, right? I would prefer to support a local brewery than a major betting company. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I didn't realize this was going to turn into, but you have to support everything that's good and nothing that's bad. 0% brand. I just don't care that much, right? Whatever website. That's the thing as well, particularly with a lot of these betting websites being like proper shady, like websites that aren't even designed for the market they're actually operating in, right? They're all, a lot of these betting sites are designed for international audiences. Yeah, no, I figured that. But I understand it's a genuine question, but at the same time, I think the answer's pretty clear, right? That was a shit first half. Wait for this. It's going to be... Basically, if it wasn't for that one Reynoso chance, we'd have had... That was 0.52, which means, just to clarify, without that one chance that Reynoso had... Sorry if I got a bit defensive there. I wasn't sure if it was like a... Because sometimes you do get the sort of people that are just like, hey, I see you don't like this one thing. How do you feel about all the other bad things? I hope you've never used a bad thing in your life. It's like, okay, cool. Which obviously you're obviously not doing. Think about your local bookies. Not child labor. I know. Tell you what, Millennium, next time a Premier League football team has a Jimmy Savile sponsorship, I will absolutely call them out. Deal. Yeah, so bear in mind, if Reynoso didn't have that chance, we would literally have had 0.08 XG in this first half, and that would have been totally it. So it literally is, isn't it? Yeah. Christ. The Strike Force has gone off the boil. Kravitz has been brilliant. But if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? Maybe we wait till like 65 and then do the old switcheroo. Try and mix it up a little bit. I am the bad thing in my life. Roy's injured, yeah, it's true. Ah, dear. I know, Bang.com got up to all sorts, so let me tell you, right? Point is, I think it also comes from personal experiences, right? I don't gamble that often anymore, but at times in my life I've had points where I felt like I was a little bit too into it, you know? Whereas with alcohol, I've never had that experience with myself personally, you know? Generally speaking, I actually don't drink that often. I'm a bit of a binge drinker, if I'm honest. I don't drink very often at all, but when I do, when I go to social events, I do drink perhaps slightly more than I should do. It's mostly just due to social awkwardness, honestly. Tesco's Express. Yeah. It's Tiago Teixeira. We just call him that because he's fast and he delivers. That isn't the reason, but that's the retconned reason for his name. Honestly, I think as far as the first half goes, we can be pretty Tesco's Metro. They don't deliver. And not that Tesco's Express delivers either, I realise. The actual reason is because I couldn't pronounce his name properly and was getting pilly-read about it, so I decided to give in and just call him Tesco's Express instead. Just don't question it. Just go with my retconned answer. It's going to be fine. Yeah, I think substitution plan really is going to be get to 65 minutes. If it's still looking poor-ish and we're not doing anything crazy, then we go to the other version of the tactic, take Teixeira off, see what's got... Reynoso really can't come off, honestly. Backline's doing okay. From a defensive standpoint, it's going okay. We're just not creating enough chances. This is the point of the VOD you have to resume from. I like that. More predatory. That's actually an interesting viewpoint, CR. That's really interesting, actually. Is it just because the way that they market, I suppose? I guess, like... Carlsberg aren't out there going, hey, come onto our website, we'll give you some free Carlsberg, and if you like it, and if you don't like it, we'll give you the free Carlsberg again. It's I see what you mean about the predatory nature of it, I suppose. So yeah, I think we'll do that switch. As for the front line, do I take Padilla off at some point? Especially who I'd even bring on for him, really. And if Lahovi continues to struggle, we could always bring on Peters for like half an hour. Yeah, there's no point in changing anything. I'm just thinking of like future substitutions more than anything else. Like,
fun fact.
Where do we go from here type of thing. I love looking at our pass map. It's crazy that just how far up the pitch Teixeira gets compared to Reynoso. He's basically playing in midfield. I mean, he hasn't. The problem is, the replacement would be Ben Wood, who is extremely unfit. I honestly would rather bring on Shirobadi Hajarawan than Ben Wood, really. Amusing Dolphin, thank you for the follow. Look at advertisers for phrases. I don't know. Yeah, their system is ugly. They've done nothing. Yeah. Oh, it's really bad. I've noticed this. The thing, weirdly, I've noticed it more from watching hockey and American sports now that gambling has become more, sports betting in America has become more prevalent and legalized, right, in many states. And I've noticed just how ruthless it has been the moment it was allowed to be. And Iranian players, not personally, no. We do actually have a guy who's Iranian, as it happens, who's turned out like he has much higher PA than we thought he did, potentially. Petersburg, yeah, I'm thinking that. I would still potentially do Hajarawan. Oh yeah, there's literally an Iranian in this game. Sorry, my apologies. There is literally an Iranian that plays for Barcelona. But yeah, no, like from just watching how incessant it is in hockey, it's actually mad. From back in the day when I used to watch it, and it was just like, yeah, you get your adverts and stuff. But the biggest issue with American sports, usually watching with all the drug ads that you'd see in between, that is something that's quite jarring when you watch, like when I'm watching the NASCAR, for example. It's just how many adverts there are for things that make your dick get bigger or smaller or wider. So regen, yeah. Every player you're seeing is a regen. I don't believe there are any real players left in this save at all now, given that we are closing in on 26 years in. Yeah, I think we just go with the same. So I might just ask my assistant again at half time, though. Maybe we do stop trigger pressing Karalic. No, I still want to keep it on there, honestly. I like that idea. Normal, yeah, in it. For the right, I think, yeah, we just keep it as is. Lawyers helping you sue people. I don't know, I never watch NHL. Most of the games I watch when I'm watching NHL are on Altitude TV, which is like the Avs like local affiliate station. So they are so unbelievably biased. I've never heard biased commentary like I have on Altitude. It's actually wild. Unit measurement for beer, so I don't want to reduce it. So the future won't be able to buy a pint in the pub. But this is one of these hilarious things that I always look at that and go, ah, yes, that will definitely stop people from drinking. They definitely won't just buy 2 of whatever the new measurement is. But don't worry, they'll still cost the same as the pint did. So all that will really do is make pints cost more money. Unfortunately, that isn't likely to fix the problem, I suspect. And they'll probably still pour it for you anyway, yeah. I remember, I think I told you guys about this. Back in the day, when the smoking ban was introduced, which I believe was 2006 kind of time, there was this brief little loophole in the law, which is that places could declare themselves as smoking research centres and was still allowed to have smoking inside for a brief point before they closed the loophole. And I went to one of these pubs once. It was just very, very strange. It was, I say that, not even that near me. Manage large sodas, exactly. It's... I don't believe that banning things, generally speaking, fix them like that, right? I feel like education is more important and focusing on positive stuff like getting people into fitness, right? I think if you pour money into that, then you get a better outcome, probably. But hey, that seems a little bit too close to Dennis for me, if you ask me. This does seem to be giving Barcelona score their first shot on target. Actually, first shot at this rate. Oh, what a turn from Padilla. That was an unlikely piece of agility from our man. Go on, Reynoso. It's those moments that we need out of him. Yeah, that whole sort of front 3, essentially. You're not crazy. His actual name is Thiago Tejera. Fantastic. It did. It gave us NASCAR, Ragnarok, and I'm happy for that, right? I wonder what crazy sports would come out of a different type of prohibition. Oh, yes, but close. Commercial drink. Start running. Just, yeah. That's a good point, I suppose. Well, yeah. All it took for me to start running was to get distracted one day and accidentally sign up for a 10k race. Sober darts. That would be really boring for everybody, right? Yeah, who's this Thiago Tejera you keep talking about? Tesco would never buy a woke pint. Neither would Daishi. I kind of want to see how far we can go into this game without Barcelona having a shot. Well, I mean, the fact is, right, the way I look at it is we're unlikely to lose if we don't give them any shots. My concern is that we then lose it on penalties. That's a bit more like a bit of expanse. What is that touch? This is where Babasi can actually be really good, but yeah. Gonna drive. Oh, for sure. Like, I still have to drive most places. And the fact is, trains cost so much that most of the time it's cheaper to drive anyway. That's the other thing. It's mad. So, for example, when Pog came up to see me in Liverpool when I was doing the World Cup thing, he's miles offside there, right? Wait, yeah, okay. Her train ticket was 80 quid, right? It is going to be cheaper for us both to fly to Dublin next month with our mates. It's like, that's mad. Speaking of which, I know I said I was going to do Vienna potentially in December, but I might be going to Gothenburg instead, because it turns out that the flights to Vienna are really bad to get back on the correct day, whereas it's really good to get to Gothenburg instead. And apparently the Christmas market in Gothenburg is actually pretty good. Dublin is quicker, yeah, for sure. It was £22. Jesus Christ, yeah. This was, bear in mind, from obviously Essex. I've heard Gothenburg's lovely, yeah. We're either thinking because Gothenburg, Riga, or Budapest. But I want to do Budapest as well, but I think I'd rather go in the summer to Budapest because I really do want to go. But Gothenburg for me feels like the type of place I would like to go in December. That's my train ticket against Sunderland. Yeah, it's wild, isn't it? And with 5 of us parking at Stansted Airport, it's like we split the cost. It's like 10 quid. It's like it's great. For the F1, but to be fair, I do hear a lot. That's going to eventually become like the most expensive one, isn't it? Just because everyone wants to go there because it's cheap. Cheaper to fly to Spain and back to get there. Yeah, that makes total sense. I think I would just drive at that point. Like, oh, speaking of this, Pog and I booked a holiday yesterday. I did a thing, chat. I booked an holiday. which is takes me a while to do anything. F25, nope. No news whatsoever, other than that half the game isn't in it. I say half the game. I'm being massively hyperbolic. But no new news about what's actually in the game, only loads of news about what isn't in it. Well, that's a good pass. Oh, no, what are you doing? You're more of a Holiday Inn at this point. Good ball, Renault at the back post. There we go. Where to? Oh, we're just going to Devon, but we've got a nice little place. Nice little, like, cottagey place on this farm with a hot tub and a barbecue. Love to see it. Come on. Ah. All invited, of course. Yep. Second bedroom, obviously, chat. American next to you. Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah, we just wanted to... So basically, it's because I'm taking my 1 week off a year, technically. Which is actually more turns into like 10 days, essentially. Because I'll be gone from... Let me think about this. The last stream before I go is the 3rd of October, and then I'll be back on the 15th of October, essentially. But that's just because of the way it encompasses 2 weekends, so there's actually a lot of days that I wouldn't have been streaming anyway. I like a bit of Sit Transit Gloria. Sit Transit Gloria. Sick Transit Gloria, goddammit. Also passed through a bit of Socho Amaretto Lime. Yeah, hot tub stream, maybe. Yeah, Bjork Sultan. Oh, no, you're absolutely right. Our goalkeeper literally has 100% fitness 54 minutes into a game. That's wild. No, but we're going to, Con, but keep it up. Yeah, can't manage club size. Don't be silly. Why would you want to do that? But it's just going to be nice to get away for a little bit. When in Croatia, Croatia is 2 weeks after I come back. Hopefully that all stuff gets sorted out and goes through, but it's the weekend of the 24th. I think. Yeah. 24th to the 28th is when I would be in Croatia. But don't worry, I know the 24th is a Thursday, but I'd still be able to stream that day because the flight's not out isn't until the evening. So I'd still do the stream on the Thursday. He's literally just been having a little nap. Don't blame him. Go on, Kravitz. Oh, actually, go on, Kravitz. Oh, he's channeling Reece Nelson. Oh. Channel is... Oh, no, I don't think I've ever clicked Bjork's profile. The only player whose profile I've been on today was their goalkeeper. Oh, this is nice. Go on. Ah, so close. Yellow club cover Tesco. Oh, wait. Oh, it's beautiful! And who else should it be but Tesco's Express? He came, he saw, he delivered groceries. Half of it was missing and he substituted bread for chocolate. Come on. What a finish. What? Hang on. He was offside. But he wasn't, though, was he? He was. But he wasn't in an offside position. Was he? Hang on, let's slow it down. Maybe he was, actually. VAR has cancelled delivery in it. Hang on. How do I slow it down? Is it just this? Hang on, wait. Is it because it's not in a... Do I have to like, get out of the replay first? Then do it like this? I want to check this. Smithy, thank you very much for the 37 months. Excuse the fact I'm a little distracted right now. We've just had a banger disallowed in the Champions League final. Can't sell a replay. I thought it's because I'm used to like... Oh, I'm so livid. I just want to find the moment when it leaves his foot. Right. I'll just pause at the moment it hits this. Maybe just... Why does it do that? Wait. Oh, I went forward, not backwards. That'll be it. Yeah, he is offside, isn't he? He just is. Even if I can't get it like lined up properly, he is offside, isn't he? Oh, he's miles offside. It is still frustrating given that the ball goes in the top corner and the keeper's got no chance of realistically saving that anyway. That's what makes that awkward for me and annoying as hell. But, doesn't matter, we'll win normally anyway. That is still frustrating as fuck, though. Like, he just bangs it in the top corner. Like, God damn it, man. Was he actually in the line of sight? He must have been, because it was right by the tip. Either way. The thing I hate about those types of offsides is that, to be fair, that is a good example of it, as in working correctly. But goalkeeper, I want to see how much he was actually in the way of the goalkeeper's view. I'm not having this. I'm not standing for it. I'm going to argue the point unnecessarily. Where does he actually take the shot from? Yeah, no fair. The keeper's in a dreadful position as it is, but you're right, he can't see. Now, we can see even from there that he's in the way. Have I put this up too fast now? No, I think we're right. Unfortunate, but it happens. Oh. Tesco's Express. Yeah, it just happens. It's because everyone in the UK calls it Tesco's anyway, rather than Tesco. I can't remember the last time I actually heard someone say Tesco, even though that's literally what it's called. Ah, frustrating. That's annoying, because that was such a good goal. Also, since when has Tejera been on a booking? Did he get booked for, like, celebrating, or was he arguing with the referee after his beautiful goal was disallowed? God damn it. Such a good goal as well. The annoying thing is, right, about that, is that there's no way in a billion years he's ever saving that, even if he can see it. He's so badly positioned. He's never getting across to that. It's 100% a goal. Reynoso's not... Reynoso, if he's not there, there's no way the goalkeeper saves that. But obviously that's not how the rule works. But fuck me, that's disappointing as hell. But we're getting better. I do feel for Tejera, though. Like, he's not done a lot today, but when his moment came, he took it. Like, he did all he could in the moment. And the thing is, he's probably going to be one of the first subs I make as well. Yeah, the keeper's literally been bailed out from his own shitty positioning there. Okay, that's fine. Whitaker, how's it going with the 32 months, friend? Love to see it. Was he booked a while ago, was he? For some reason, I thought only Kravitz was booked at half-time.
Hello, Chato.
Oh, that's a bit dangerous. Come on. That's nice. Lovely. Like, that is not lovely. But as long as we get to the second ball here, we're okay. Lahovi's been a little bit okay as far as the match engine is apparently considered, but I don't think he's played that well. I feel like he hasn't really done a lot. I think the reason he's got a bit better rating in the second half is maybe because he's put a couple of successful crosses in for Reynoso now. Your Lidls, your Sainsbury's. It is though, isn't it? Yeah, that's the thing. Tesco's, I'd always say Tesco's. Aldi's. I would never say Lidl's. I would always say Lidl. But I would definitely say Aldi's. Going to Aldi's. I don't know if that's a fully UK. It might just be Essexy thing. Oh, these nuts. Don't you dare, Barcelona. Oh, I thought that was going to be the first shot then. They are really hesitant to even strike a football, aren't they? Hard. Barcelona haven't had a shot yet, if that tells you anything. And we've just had a goal disallowed as well. Oh, well defended, lads. Mr. Tesco's, yes. Like Mr. Sainsbury's. Oh, that's a dangerous... Wait, what are you doing? Well, there's the first shot. Imagine yourself on the receiving end. Your keeper's view is obstructed by someone who's in an offside position. No matter how bad positioning is, you don't want the goal. Bear in mind, I wasn't saying the goal should have been given. I was just saying that it was a good goal and that it's still a bit annoying because he's never going to get there. I.e., if there isn't a player in his view, he's never getting to it anyway. I wasn't saying it should have been given. I'm just saying that it's just annoying to see a goal like that chalked off. Particularly when nothing would have changed had he not been in that position. He's never getting there. He's practically by the post.
Shop at Tesco's. We have very little algae nurtives.
Thank you for the 100 bits. Your Messis, your Ronaldos, your Tesco's, your Asdas. Yeah, exactly. Is Chile really tired? Wrong song. I can refund your points. I hadn't clicked it yet. We all good. It might be coming up to off time here. Yeah, bear in mind, like, a guy could score from the halfway line and I'd be like, offside, ref. I'd find any reason to excuse it, right? That's how you'd want it, right? I'd never want any opportunity for another team to score against my team. Whereas Waitrose is, no, we don't do Waitroses. Fresh legs emote ready yet? Yeah? It's in chat. Has been all week. Where you been? I think you've been in streams where it's been used. I'm annoyed that Barcelona have had a shot now. But they haven't had a shot on target. I think Tejera probably could do with the rest. Like, yeah, he's getting a bit languid with his passing. I think he's just pissed off that the goal wasn't given, honestly. And I don't blame him. It's a travesty. We've been robbed. It's also robbed me of my commentary moment. I wanted to talk about chocolate being substitute for bread, damn it. Like a grocery-based Pretage brewery. Traineeship. Oh, nice. That's awesome. Country cop? No, it's what Tat do. Should I for Blash? Maybe. Yeah, he's starting to drop rating. We just lose a lot without him on the pitch. Oh, that's so bad. I can never forget the M&Ss, just for the walnut whips or whatever they were called. And the Percy Pigs. Although, I must admit, they're not as nice as they changed the recipes. Just never been the same. I think if we just keep playing, eventually a goal will come, because Barcelona are offering nothing. It feels like if they had better players on the bench, they'd have started them in this game. Yeah, we can play Otavio. We wouldn't have to bring on Blas for that. I'd rather save Blas for a last-minute Babasi substitute in case we needed it. Oh, if we'd have won the ball there. Oh, shit. Hang on. There's a lot of players at the pitch there. Well defended, lads. Every 25 years. I believe it's something like that. I don't know the exact number, but yeah, you're right. It is something around that number. Okay, I'm going to start lining up our subbies here. As much as Reynoso's done very little in this game, I'm not going to bring on Roy, who's injured for him, right? 22 minutes, like a damn me and my rules, right? You just want anarchy in the chat. Padilla's been poor. I just think that I can't risk bringing on Ben Wood with how little match sharpness he has. I'm going to do it. I'm going to go for Hajarowan. We're going to give him his chance to shine. TJ? His name is not TJ, Matt. It's TT. Tesco's, you've done well, lad. I appreciate your work, but we're going to try out Pereira. I'm going to go for Mohamed Peters as well. We're flipping the tactic, which means these two have to be flipped as well. I'm going to go Otavio as well. We're going to make a quadruple sub and then save our last sub for normal time in case we get an injury or something or a red card. Freshen the whole team up. Lydell, do they? I didn't know you were friends with psychopaths. That's absolutely unhinged. I have never heard that in my entire life. I think I would have to disown someone if they did that. Watch us now score immediately after this. Oh god, we actually have. Yes! Barcelona 0, Sirens 1, and who else but Gonzalo Reynoso to give us the lead in the final. And he's done it. 20th goal. This is brilliant from Kravitz, by the way. The way he holds the ball up there is unbelievable. What a pass from Gert Gillet. First time, Gonzalo's first opening of the whole game, and Gillet gets the assist right before being substituted. Oh, what an assist. Yeah, he now gets to be applauded off the pitch. This is brilliant. The fact that it's first time is what makes that work. God, that's a good little pass. Great first touch from Reynoso. Holds the defender off, and it was Karalic as well. We will be making... Oh, wow. So they've just made 3 subs themselves. All right, lads, let's chill. So what changes have they made? They brought on Otavio Garcia, who for some reason wasn't starting, sure. Dan, who we already know all about. Oh, they've changed the system too. They've gone 4-2-3-1. Right, this is about to get poppy. Armand Solar as well, who's an average winger, honestly. So they've changed the system. We'll just ask our assistant to mix things up a little bit there as well. Record goal for Reynoso. Yep, that was his 20th goal in the Champions League this year, breaking his previous record of 19. But he is the only player in this save that's managed to hit 20 goals in a Champions League season. He also now has 42 in all comps, which is a full 5 goals more than he's ever scored. Yeah, Solar's definitely going to score now that I've said that. But I think the changes we've made are going to work for us. Pereira's on. Peters is on. I'm really curious to see how Hajarowan is going to play in a Champions League final, out of interest. I just want to see what they're like as far as big matches. It's one thing I didn't factor in. Otavio doesn't hate them, at least. So that's fine. Pereira, we know that he likes them. So that's not an issue. Hajarowan is too young to have big matches of any sort. Well, we don't know what it is. And Peters... Have I just signed all the guys that just don't have that information available to us? Top scorer, yeah, for sure. No, he absolutely is. I think he might already be there now. Once the season ticks over for the end of this year and it updates like the best 11, I think Reynoso will be number 1 at that point. What a guy. We really should sell him. I think we need to get rid... Oh, well played. Oh, if he plays that ball into the channel there. Such a great chance available. I wonder if this will free up Peters on the left. Oh, go on, Babasi. Oh, it's a great ball. Oh my god, how has no one gambled on that? Babasi's had an... Once again, though, Babasi, with his lack of big matches, today has been, again, absolutely brilliant. Just doing Babasi things. Exactly what you'd expect of him every single time. He's just so good. That's surely offside. No? Okay, wins us a corner. Fair. Oh, no, he is offside. Okay. You have a new job? Nice! That's awesome, Prince. Congratulations, man. We need to cash in on him. It is what it is, right? He did have a poor season last year by his standards, but the fact is, he was only just underneath his XG last year, right? Well, match view. Actually, we have a new command for this. ! Camera. And it does actually show you it exactly. Second nature. Maybe that's what it is. He's just got such big brain energy that there is no such thing as a big game to him because everything is the same level. Yeah, no match is bigger than us. Banksy, thank you for the 17 months. Hope you have a fabulous Sundat. That's awesome, man. Congratulations. Seriously, that's so cool. Well, they've had a shot on target now, at least. So we've got over that hump. I just think the fresh legs here are going to make a difference to us, at least. Plus, when you look at some of the quality of players we've been able to bring off the bench here, Pereira to come off the bench is wild. Camera spelt like the word camera. Or are you looking for the Cambridge Real Ale Society? Because if so, I can hook you up. But yeah, they're posted just above there. There's a little screenshot that you'll have seen from Nightbot. That's what you need, if that's what you're looking for, essentially. Chris Kamara. Yeah, I must say, Steve, some people have said that the Nightbot links weren't showing up in chat for them before, so I wasn't sure. I can see them on my end, but I have had people recently say that they couldn't see them for some reason, so I'm not sure. Well played, Babazy. I truly think we just need to be sensible for the rest of this game. There's really, like, looking a bit tired. He is, but also the only option I don't want to make our 5th and final sub with 20 minutes to go here, just in case we get an injury or like a red card or something. So he's going to just have to suck it up. And he's having a good game as well, which will help. That's the issue. Like, we've made our 4 subs now. We've kind of rolled the dice on getting these fresh legs on the pitch, which should hopefully take a bit of the pressure off of Kravitz as well. Like, having fresher legs around him. Oh, this is... Look at this. It's not led to anything, but it was looking good until then. Oh, nice Pereira. Pereira's actually looked solid off the bench so far. Oh, fire him in. Please, fire him in. Fire him in! God damn it, man. Babasy's getting absolutely wrecked here. My friend, I don't know how much I don't know how to stress this. The link was already posted in the chat when you did it initially. You did it right, but I'll do it again for you. You'll love to see it. ICX, thank you very much for the 44 months, friend. How is your Sundat? Hopefully it's as good as ours is right now. That's going to be a corner. Fire. Maybe I was confused. Maybe he doesn't understand what fire means. I need that in Uruguayan. Otherwise known as Spanish. Oh, wait a minute. How fast is Babasy, by the way? He became speed. If you do !tactics in chat, you can get a big pack of all the tactics I've used in this save. I believe it has the latest version of this tactic in there. It doesn't have the flipped version, but obviously that's just the same thing, but flipped. So yeah, that's how you'll find it. I think Babasy is just so incredible. Don't see any link. I'm not sure what to tell you, my friend. It's just in the chat. But again, yeah, I don't understand why people aren't able to see. This is full match. We always do Champions League finals in full match. It's more fun. You see some absolutely heinous stuff in there too. But yeah, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I don't know why it wouldn't be appearing in chat. Chat, can I just confirm that when I type in camera, that it is appearing in chat, right? Because this isn't the first time someone said this, which makes me think that it is genuinely like a Twitch issue as well. We could see it. Okay, cool. I don't know, maybe it's like people's versions of Twitch where they're watching it, etc. Okay, strange. I only asked this because, like, we've had multiple people over the last week say that they couldn't see Nightbot links in chat for some reason, which is odd. Oh, it could be a regionalisation thing, maybe. Maybe it's because it's Yatso or something? Because it is just a straight-up link. Maybe there's like a blocker on certain link. No, it doesn't say that, does it? It's just like Matt's camera. I don't know. More links to the crib. Oh. I did actually get some free deodorant when we were at the... Wait, is that not a pen? Is that not a pen? Is that not a pen? Can I have a pen? What I'm asking, chat, is a pen, please. Just hacking away at us there. Like a goddamn Christmas tree. It could be that. There's certain like regions maybe don't allow them. Oh, shit. We just gave the ball away in a dreadful area there. Oh. When I say I'm asking for a pen, I'm asking for a football manager pen, which is basically anytime your player is in the box, or anytime a player is in the box, they're likely to just jump up in the air and get given a penalty. Yeah, the chat box on the screen doesn't show the commands, of course, but then you wouldn't be able to do much with the information from the chat box on the screen anyway. But perhaps that is an opportunity. Just to clarify, you were reading it out of the chat itself, right? Not the chat bot above my head. Because, yeah, the commands don't show up there. It's just because, obviously, there's no point if they did, right, I guess. Is TwitchCon this weekend? So many of them, I lose track. Go on, Babasi. One thing I will say is having Pereira on this right-hand side has freed up more space for Babasi. He's been sort of unleashed a little bit in this second half because he's got that extra player around him, which does allow him to... Oh, my goodness me. Oh, you should have slipped him in. Sorry, fire him in. Third in a row. No, we had a bit of a weird season last year, unfortunately, where we got knocked out by Liverpool after being 3-0 up at half-time in the first leg. It wasn't a great day. Unfortunately, it's what happens when a load of players get injured and you just kind of in a bit of a hole. But luckily, we're out for revenge this year, so this would be our third in 4 years were we to get it. But that's just true. Not today. And so far, this might arguably be one of our... I want to look at some of the... Oh, no, we can't see the stats from the previous Champions League wins, can we? Because I'm pretty certain against Real Madrid, it was a similar kind of story as far as the defensive side of the game. Go on, flip him out. Yes, that's more like it. Singapore is 1 o'clock, which is why we're probably going to finish at 1 today and then do a proper long transfer stream on Tuesday. Song is currently playing. Yeah, if you do ! Song, my chatbot thingy should tell you what song it is. Or go on, flip him in. Go on, yes! Go on, Mohammed. Here's your moment. Ah, good idea. Who scored it? It was scored by Reynoso, of all people. After we'd so illegally had our first goal disallowed in app. And I'm livid about it. Oh, good header from Gudmundsson. To Real Madrid. It literally, no, we were talking about this exact thing, Chaz, about how important having Sultan in this team has been. And literally, I think in the 5 years that he's been at the club, we're on for our third Champions League win in that spell. Now, obviously, the squad has certainly helped around that too. Oh, it should have been 2. But his importance is incredible. Yeah, I don't know what we're listening to, honestly. Song called Love Bite by Hakan. I've never heard this before. This is obviously a song request from chat, but I'm vibing it. I admit. Shut this down at 85. Possibly. We'll keep an eye on what Barca are doing. We've got our final sub, which I might well use for... it feels like we've got... The moment he's joined us, I think it might even be... I do want to look at this, actually. So, yeah, this is his 5th season at the club. First season, we didn't win the Champions League. Then we won it, then we lost it by not getting to the final. And then this year, we're likely to win it again. Yeah, Gudmundsson is mostly form stars. Freshly, we've only got 1 more substitute left, and I want to leave it as long as I can and use it on Kravitz. Oh, he was... I'd say he's up there with some of the bargains of the save. Yeah, we wouldn't even need the rest of the team. It's just Björk. I think we have a real conversation next year about what happens with Paez, because he is falling a little bit, and with the Chosen One now here, it's becoming difficult to not put him in the team. But the problem is, with Chosen One and Gudmundsson, both of them don't like big matches. And I don't really want to have 2 of our 3 backline defenders with that issue. So I feel like he might still keep himself in the team just because of that alone. Well played, Mohammed. How's Mohammed Peters done off the bench? Solid. Otavio has been brilliant. Oh, this is dangerous. But I like the patience. Oh, look at that. The substitution... I mean, Pereira's done really well off the bench. Peters has been fine. Hajarowin has been all right. But Hajarowin hasn't looked super out of place in this team. It's just one of these games, I think, where the AP isn't really able to get on the ball as much as perhaps, more normal games. So occasionally we have these matches where the AP just gets completely bypassed. Malta don't really do anything internationally. They did get a win against Sweden in the UEFA qualifiers, but they didn't get any other wins, so it kind of was irrelevant at that point. They're never going to qualify for anything ever again, unfortunately. Unless they suddenly get some new players declaring, which is very unlikely. Ruben J. Cruz, thank you for the follow. Yeah, they didn't manage to beat Georgia home or away, unfortunately. They did finish above Georgia, at least. But yeah, their only real result was the one against Sweden. Someone's a nice centre-back. The thing is about centre-backs is, like I was saying before, it's so easy to just find good ones. So we will see. But bear in mind, Paez is also the club captain, so we've got to be mindful of that too. Like, he's a team leader, he's club captain as well. I'm not just going to get rid of him for no reason. And I don't really feel the need to sell him. Same with Padilla, right? We could probably get £30 million for Padilla this summer at 34, but I don't want to sell him. It's not worth it to me. I'd rather him retire here. No, big match change, as far as I'm aware, doesn't change. We've not seen any evidence of it changing. We might be wrong about that, but so far I've not been able to find any evidence that it will change. Yeah. Suddenly FM25 is just delayed to become FM26, and we're playing the Sirens save until season 60. Might even have time to win the coefficient battle with Malta, switch to a team in Liechtenstein, and then do that challenge in general. One more Malta run. Yeah, I don't think it happens. I think that... Oh, hello. Go on, Pereira. He's in. It's well defended in the end, but we still have the ball. I think we can make something of this. Gorba basically drip it across. It's a good deflection. I'm thinking Kravitz now might have had enough. He's on a booking. We've got Kral. Now's the time. With 7 minutes to go, I feel like I'm safe in taking Kravitz off, particularly with the yellow card he's on. Bit of fresh legs in that spot, just to keep that midfield extra pumping. Paulo Eduardo, thank you very much for the 36 months. Has he been booked for that? That's
3
a
whole
travesty.
years, or 4 Twitch babbies.
Well
Happy
played, Jose.
anniversary, you beautiful stir-upping so-and-so.
Stir-upping, yes. Thank you, Fred. That's very kind. It's also just occurred to me. Now, I don't want to speak too soon here, but I'm going to anyway because I like to jinx the wind. But in our last 3 Champions League finals, we have not conceded a goal. Like, we beat Atletico 2-0, Real Madrid 1-0, and we're currently 1-0 up against Barca. I mean, that is just defensive solidity. How is that not a foul? As if we're about to get an injury. Literally a minute after I make that sub. Hajarowan better not be actually hurt here. Fuck me. To be fair, if there's one player in this team we could afford to lose right now in terms of position and play with 10 men, it is our AP. Moves to Poland to them. Yeah, at this rate, yeah. Out of position tactics. New host of players. Let's put it this way, right? I've not heard that, but also, who told you that? Where did you see that? Padilla will probably... I'm honestly going to start Padilla until he can't start no more. Yeah, you're right. It was just a little bit of time wasted, wasn't it? Good man. But I do think that Hajarowan and Cortege, because Cortege is going to come back again. Oh, he's just throwing the ball back to them. Okay. Keeps it in play. I rate that. Also, I like how shithousery that was from us to throw it to the corner flag. I think Padilla has still got his spot for next season, but it might well be his last as the starter there. But I think he will play less next year. There's more... We're going to see more out of Hajarowan and more out of Cortege next year. But with Ben Wood, of course, not being here either, it's going to provide even more space in the squad for Hajarowan and Cortege. Because I think they're both at an area now in their development where I think they just need to play. Like, Hajarowan's played football this year and has done well. And Cortege has not done well out on his loan spell because he didn't play. But I think he's good enough to play for us, honestly. So it's crazy that Tarshin was so dumb with that. But that's my current plan anyway. Let the law, not the spirit. True. We're here to mug you off. It's what we do. Back to Wibble Wobble for those old enough. I need to know what Wibble Wobble is, but it sounds amazing. Possession things. Concrete, it's just rumours. I've not heard that, but I mean, that would be cool. But it's not something I've personally heard. Not from any reputable source, I suppose. Anyway, it's 2. It's over. Facundo Pereira, back post header. That done. Barcelona 0, Sirens 2. We are going to do our 3rd Champions League title against our 3rd different Spanish side of Facundo off the bench. Love to see it. Brilliant from Mohamed Peters as well. Just gets himself a yard, whips it across, and then, well, look at the height differential at the back post. Easy. Used to be thinking, oh, yes, no, you're right, it did, didn't it? So that was before my time. Oh, I wish we had more sub to bring on Roy. Yeah, where's your levers now? You're going to take out a mortgage on your stadium like you were doing before? And now they're bringing on Cabale, who, if I recall, was a player I even looked at us potentially signing at one point. Might just do that for the time being. Where's he gone? I think he's a left back, isn't he? Oh, no, he's a right back. Kind of glad we... he's all right, actually. When they remove the arrows? The arrows are still in the game, aren't they? Maybe we'll talk about different types of arrows. It's just good, isn't it? Look at the defensive display today. Like, we've just been the better side. We are just better than them these days. This is, I would say now, the best team I've ever assembled in FM. The way this team plays and dominates matches. I've never had a team, I don't think, with the quality that's currently in this team. Particularly, even down to the depth of the squad, too. Being able to bring in players in the right positions when I need to. I just don't think I've ever had the quality that they have. Oh, really? Oh, yeah, no, that I don't remember. No, he's called Facundo Barrera. They have Facundo Barrera. We have Facundo Pereira. Team-man tactic. I honestly don't believe that this tactic is that OP. I genuinely don't. Not when you look at the way that the real meta OP tactics play and perform. I believe that if we played one of the OP meta tactics with this team, it would be absolutely hideous. We're talking like we would probably score about 150, 200 goals in the league, if not more. But I kind of prefer to win things not playing a super meta tactic. Like, this is like an asymmetric back five, which is just not a thing that's been, like, as far as I can tell, super popular, right? This is the final, yes. I prefer to win with a fun tactic than, which is why I was so reticent to, like, make those changes to the tactic earlier in the save. I want to sort of slowly work my way there. Finish with the save. I think so, yeah. That'd be kind of fun. Meta tactics this year, well, there's a really meta 4-2-3-1. But there's not like, it's kind of similar to the base one. It's the one that Jack was using in the World Cup and that Aaron and I used for part of the World Cup as well. There's also a 3 shadow striker system as well with a striker and 3 shadow strikers behind that. That's very OP. There's also a lot of 4-2-4 tactics that are extremely overpowered. I think I actually have one saved because I was using it as a tester. I think it's called, it's where the game crashes. This one here. This one apparently is quite overpowered. This is from FM Arena. Let's get rid of that for the time being. Oh, wrong one. Shit. Oh, that's fine. It's just got the stuff mixed up. Wait, no, that's wrong. There we go. The 4-2-4 seems to be the most common one. Yeah, I could have just undone it, shouldn't I? Oh, well. That seems to be the meta, but you can do some other stuff too.
Do you know if there's a train coming anytime soon?
Oh yes, very soon.
Probably spend some time testing meta tactics against this one. I guess, but I don't know why I'd want to. I just don't believe that this tactic is super meta. If it was, it would be all over those websites or variations of it, and there's just nothing that even looks like this on this website, which is why I just know that it's not super meta. Like, it has a few meta elements to it, like the dribbling style and the invite crosses, but yeah. That's a good point, Phoenix, actually. You're right. Or would we? Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. The only game that we've not won in the Champions League this season was the game that we threw to Hamron on purpose. We would have had a flawless year if it wasn't for that. But I was glad we did it because it was worth way more to us than a flawless year, right? Rodrigo Stavares, thank you for the follow. Well, do you remember the really OP ones? Was the, just any tactic with 3 strikers, basically. Find decent wingbacks. Do you know what? I don't know, because we've been blessed with wingbackery out the wazoo in this save. It feels like we've always been able to find good wingbacks. But it feels like there aren't that many of them in the game. We've just always managed to be the ones that get them. Like Babasi, Vida, Lahovi, Palacio, Hans Zimmer, potentially. And I still believe that the next big thing in terms of wingbackery is that, oh, what a pass, is that Isaac Eze guy that's on loan at Nash. Oh, please square it. Oh, that's a easy yellow. Send him off, ref. As if, oh, he has booked him. Okay, cool. It's rare that we've managed to... I'd say one of the few players that slipped through the net, honestly, is Mohamed Peters, and we've ended up signing him anyway. Vida's retired, unfortunately. He didn't choose to stay on as a coach or anything. Ooh, we could do something with this. I'm liking what I'm seeing out of Peters here, and we've got Hajaruan. Arwakan, nice big 1-2 here. Bang it into him. Knocks it around the side. He's just going to shoot, of course. Oh, he hit! Wait! Oh my god, he actually played it short. If you do exclamation mark tactics, there's like a pack of them. And it'll have this tactic in it, along with some other crazy nonsense that we've tried over the course of the save. So that will put it in chat, I should stress. Oh. Yeah, look, in the end, 15 shots, 10 on target, literally nearly bang on 2xG. Yeah, we found a lot of the elite guys. I think it's just because I focused so much of our scouting on making sure that that part of... Once we realised how overpowered... There we go! That was anticlimactic. Once we realised how overpowered fullbacks were, or wingbacks were, I spent so much of our time focusing our scouting strategy on finding good ones, and it's worked for us. Same with the Segundo Volante thing. I love that there's this random thing that we just have to wait now for absolutely no reason. We just have to wait for them all to go off the pitch. I love the way the keeper's holding the ball, like, no. True, but I think that's basically the same thing. At the end of the day, wingback is still a role that a player can play when they're playing as a fullback. It's just sometimes they're not as familiar with it, so yeah. They are still good wingbacks. I think Babasi actually never was a fullback. Babasi was pure wingback. He's never been able to play as a fullback, not even a little bit, which is why he doesn't get any games for Colombia, bear in mind. It's mad to me that he still hasn't got a cap for Colombia, despite being one of the best wingbacks in the world. Yeah, I would love to see that sort of stuff change. You know what the animation they use at the end of penalty shootouts? Why don't we use that? Why is that not used when you win a trophy? It's mad. Paez is going to lift his 3rd Champions League as a captain as well. Roy's going to get himself a Champions League winners medal. He did play a game. He actually scored a goal in the Champions League as well. Yeah, I don't know what it is about the depth. It's super dumb. 3 Champions Leagues, though, in 4 years is actually... I don't know if we've ever done that before. It is just annoying that we had that one random year last year. I still reckon that next year we can go and win it again. The question is, which Spanish side will we be in the final next year? Because we've still not conceded a goal to a Champions League, to a Spanish side in the final yet. We are that good. We are now officially the baddies. We are, in many ways. Except we're not, because we're still not top. If we can get to number 1, we're officially the baddies. But now we're like baddie adjacent. I'm a man of my promises, Daz. I promised a fresh legs emote, and I delivered. I haven't delivered on anything else, but that's fine. I'm not Tesco's Express. What do you think I am? Exactly right. We go off of this so I can do a little Harrow Bishop Ultras. Let me also do this before I forget. Switch it from key match. Sorry, key match from full match. Back to key highlights. The amount of times we've started the first Champions League game of last year. Yeah, now we'll just whack an hour of transfers in. And then finish at 1, do a proper transfer stream on Thursday. Or, sorry, Tuesday. 3 different languages. Yeah, they do, don't they? I think it automatically saved after the game, but I'll do that anyway. Destiny's Child. Yes! I'm Kelly Rowlands. Or something. Also, I cashed in a more clause for Anna Rose, because there's no way Inter are going to play him and he's going to leave for free. More rep. I don't know if we could have any more rep at this point, right? 3 Champions Leagues. It's like, how much more rep can we possibly gain? But we're worth 2 bill. What if, does the rep update immediately? Or do we have to wait to find out? That's just Malta. Let me just... The only club with worldwide with rep higher than us is Man United. Which I guess does sort of make sense. They're the only team that's won a Champions League other than us in the last couple of years. So we have the 2nd highest rep in the world now. To another club in Malta. It's not fun, is it? It's not very fun. Also, if we did that, we'd immediately have to start again. And like, at this point, yeah, it probably would. But like, there's just no fun in doing that for me. But the things I like about building a nations is not doing that, really. But each their own, right? Right, Harbour Vultures, let's do it. Best academy in the world. Yeah, which is dumb, particularly as we literally failed the objective to develop the best youth system in the world. We come like 2nd on the best academies in the world every year, despite not developing any players because we can't. And yet I always fail this. The board get pissed at me every year. It's like, bruv, have you seen the quality of Maltese football? What can I do about that? Ah, dear. The AO would destroy the loan farm, true, yeah. No, we never get useful players. We did get one useful player, and even he's going to be loan farm at best, which is that Ene Venuto. This was the guy from our youth academy this year, who I genuinely believe might actually be workable as a youth prospect that could play in the loan farm. Like, and he's only 15, so remember that, like, yeah. Yeah, the board are well onto the older... Yeah, we got Venuto. Like, he's okay, but... To be fair, 3.5-star CA that seems to be holding is actually fairly impressive for the level we're at, when you think that that puts him on the sort of where they think Joshua Crompton is. But I bet you he actually isn't. The guy from the test... Yeah, we need the guy from Bikikara, exactly, for sure. Right, let me grab a little Harrow Bishop Ultras for us to celebrate another Champions League win. So we're going to a 1. No, I'll do it 5. A 5. And a 4. And a 3. And a 2. And a 1. And take it away, Harold.
What you did.
Andrew Harold and I'm in the house where the coffee's green and the food is grouse. With sandwiches and lasagna too.
Ice cream sundaes for me and you.
I'm Andrew Harold and I'm in the house where the coffee's green and the food is grouse. With sandwiches and lasagna too.
Ice cream sundaes for me and you.
I try not to lose my temper with myself.
Oh, goodness sake and shit and balls.
The minute you get uptight, you're dead.
So what I would say is we got 17.2 points this year. And that was almost all off the back of the good work that was done by us, Hamron and Sweetie. Because when you look at the successes of the other teams in Europe, they weren't that good. Not a single other team got top 8. Balzan came 22nd in the Europa Conference League. Both Birkirkara and...
Oh my God, an insane goal! I've just seen the most insane goal!
I've gotta go Chato and Mato. But I just wanted to thank you all. Seriously, I always feel so good after watching a Mato stream. Love the vibes you all bring. Have a great one.
Thank you, Steve. That's very, very kind of you. And again, as always, completely unnecessary, but I do... That's so very, very nice of you. I really hope that people enjoy the vibes. I know that, like any other human being, my mood can fluctuate, but I think getting back into exercise and stuff lately has really helped with that, just to try to be more vibey, you know? But thank you, I appreciate that. Yeah, so we won, obviously, I should stress. We did beat Barcelona. We beat them 2-0. We've now won 3 Champions Leagues in 4 years and haven't conceded a goal in any of the finals. So 17.2 points. If we'd have just had a season this year where our underlings, so to speak, weren't absolute dog shit, we could have been looking at 19, 20 points, honestly. If it wasn't for the fact that we lost every single team at the round of 16 at the latest. And the other two... So, Balzan got knocked out of the playoff round, which is mad. Birkirkara got to the round of 16 in the Europa League, and then Gazira got knocked out of the playoff round as well. Those missing points would have accounted for at least another 2-3 points. And normally we get those points. So I feel like, honestly, next year we've got a real chance if we just do what we need to do again. Hammond and Sweetie continue being good, and those guys don't completely F it up. Now, the biggest wild card is Zabar. Freshman, it's true. I think it's more for my brain than anything else. Obviously, I want to get in better shape and stuff for my own physical health, but they've been carrying us a lot. Well, the weird thing is, though, notice though last year, right? Without us winning the Champions League and we got knocked out in the, crazy early last year, and this year we were only able to gain an extra point right? It's the amount of stuff you get in those lower competitions that makes a hell of a difference. But yeah, Stade Rennais won the Conference League, and obviously the Europa League was won by Nice. Hey, if Hadrian carries us next year, then we need it, right? Imagine if they did. I don't know if they've done any transfer business yet, but they're probably about to. I'm going to have a quick pee, then I'll come back and we can do some internati cappies and all that kind of good shit. Do a bit of pre-scouting. Yeah, France basically have been having a few absolutely banging seasons. They're still not going to catch us immediately, but they're going to get pretty close next year. Not that it matters. As long as we're top 4, it doesn't really matter which position in the top 4 we're occupying. As long as we're catching England, which I just don't know we are, they do need to step up. But next year, I feel like they've got the quality to do so. So I will be back in a momento. Flip watching, all that good stuff we're going to do right now. Dave Carney, of course. Mr. Dave Carney. Formerly of Blackpool, I believe, was where I recognised him from, potentially. Maybe. I don't honestly know. Point is, I hadn't done him before, which was the main thing. What was that? Let's see. Right, cool. So, I'm not going to go too far because, honestly, we might be able to get a load of scouting done before I even have to get to the player renewal part, which would be kind of good because it means it doesn't take up time on stream with me extending, like, loans. Way better if you don't have to see me do that. Let's see. Who actually got a medal? Did Roy get one in the end? Roy? Oh, he did. Thank God for that. Who had the best average? 20 goals in 15 games for Reynoso is absolutely batshit. I'm so proud of him. What a season he's had. Just a great player. At least Joshua Crompton got one. God, Gert's really had not a good season, has he? His average ratings aren't even any good. Whereas Otavio looked good when he came off the bench. Like, should tell you all you need to know, actually. Let me just move my camera. Gert played 14 matches from the start, got a 6.81. Otavio only came off the bench. He only started one game and came off the bench 10 times, yet he got a 7 rating. Which means he's gaining rating off the bench in that same role. I wonder if he maybe has to be in for starting next year. Replace Gert. Well, we've got one. He's called Jose Otavio. That he is him. I don't think we're going to find a better one than him that's not within our price range, but within what I would realistically want to spend. That's the problem. Because the issue with a lot of these players, whenever someone says, hey, just sign a first team player for our squad, remember how good our squad is now. And also remember that unless he's at a side that isn't one of the elite clubs, we'd never be able to afford his wages. That's the real downside. Any player that would be better than Jose Otavio, and they definitely exist, would already be at like a Barcelona or a Real Madrid or a Man United or one of those clubs, and they'll be on like £300,000 a week, which we can't afford to spend, basically. That's the problem. Unless we run into like the rare exceptions are when you find guys like Mohamed Peters, who are at a slightly smaller side, and are willing to take those money. Had a great rate from the Hammer game. That's the biggest problem with that. Doesn't mean we can't look, though. Lots of bonuses. How much did I pay? So we received basically, we received 25 million pounds, and then immediately pay that exact 25 million pounds to the team. And I'm all right with that, right? It's one of the promises we made. Peters type player, but like a Peters type player, that's the thing. You can't just. How does one do that? You can't just go, hey, find me a world-class fullback. Sorry, a world-class DM that's not playing for an elite. I mean, we can look for our scouted players and see if there are any, but there isn't like a direct way to just go, hey, just find this player magically for me, you know? But we can definitely look in scouted players, see if there are any in there. Like, when you find the guys like Peters and Kravitz, those are so rare. Let's just make sure that it's, like, competent there. See if there is anyone great. Like Godfrey Atta, for example. I mean, there is Umaguchi. I am Neolite. Thank you very much for the 3 months. That's very kind of you, friend. Loan farm. The only one that's in the loan farm is probably Carlson. But he's at Sweetie and playing. So there's no way he comes back. And is also too good for that. Let's just have a look. So there's Umaguchi. Who might be worth signing anyway, because he's cheap. And I know we hummed and ahed over this guy in the past, but I think that's when we were looking at him as a fullback rather than a wing as a DM. What's he like as a ball midfielder on support? Got great assist. Well, that was his only contribution to the Champions League this season. The one problem I have with Umaguchi is that 3 aggression. Like, his tackling is good, his work rate is solid. Natural fitness is great. Stamina is good. Teamwork's okay. The back post. Well, he's unlikely to be at the back post as a DM, but even so... Green big matches. It's the aggression that kind of hits me there. It's the letdown. But this is what I mean. You can't just go, hey, I'd like an elite footballer, please. And then they're presented you with one. Because when you look at the other guys here, Juve, Man City, Inter, Al Ahly, Bayern, they're not players we can sign. Ali Shawan... He's more of a playmaker. He's not... I mean, he's okay defensively, but he's more playmaky. 30 minute next summer. We could still sign Umaguchi. I might just sign him anyway because we could get good money for him. It's not worth just spending the money raiding Barcelona and Man City. Yeah, cool. So let's go get George Gregory, who's on £300,000 a week. This is my point. We can possibly... we can't afford to. Because, like, we may have transfer budget, but that doesn't mean we can spend it. And 2, we can't afford the wages. Like, that's the issue. It's the wages. I think we get Umaguchi anyway, honestly, because we can sell him on for more money. You can't just go, hey, I'd like big, really good player, please. Look, even this guy at Spurs is on 275 grand a week. He's really good. But, like, these are not wages we can afford. We simply cannot afford those kind. Hang on, there's a guy at Villarreal here. He might be more within our price range. Yeah. Like, remember, our highest paid player is on £98,000 a week. Our transfer budget is also 50 million surplus to our actual budget. And FFP would never allow that anyway. That's the other problem. More chance to get an FM25 out in November. They've removed football from the game. I believe so. Opposition after signing Yamaguchi. Oh, yeah, we'll have a look for other guys as well. But, like, point is we were looking for DMs, right? The guy at Victoria, there's Prince Deborah. Was he had low aggression again? It's better. Does like big matches, but he's got a release clause of 21 million. That's like, he's more of a centre-back anyway. His work rate isn't high enough for what I want him to do. He's... Oh, they might take a wage cut, but they're not going to take a wage cut from Manchester City to us. They'd maybe take it from a slightly smaller side, but they wouldn't take much. Like, I'm just kind of curious. Let's see what Gregolan would actually be worth. Also, he's 30. See, look, yeah. I could maybe get him down to like low 200s, which is still more than double what any other player at our club would be on, and that would just be... It would utterly ruin our wage structure. There's Janilson at Palmeiras. Why have they always got 3 aggression, bro? I was like, oh, he's brilliant, and then he's got 3 aggression. And he's got a competitive streak. Do you reckon that would come... Oh, he's 6'4", though. I do like him. As a ball midfielder on support, he's actually ridiculously good. The work rate is extremely good. As if I got... hang on, let me just look. Quite a high wage, but not that expensive because it's Brazil, right? I say quite high wage, it's not really, is it? I'm worried that he's kind of like not going to be any better than that. Oh, did he say star player? Yeah, he's never getting star player for us. The fact that he's got low aggression and has a competitive streak is kind of funny. Yeah, he's violent but no aggression. He's basically a psychopath. Like, he has really good mental. He's also got... Oh, fuck me. Definitely worth shortlisting him. Oh, hang on. I hate that so much. That feature annoys the tits out of me. One of the more attacking CMs back to work. Bear in mind, I've got this set up to look for players that have even the lightest bit of DM ability. So, like, it is finding guys that are CMs too. They only have to be competent as a defensive midfielder. I just need to have some kind of competence the other way. Particularly as if we start having to retrain them as well. It's just like, if we're buying a complete footballer, we want them to already be a complete footballer. Because we could just develop a young player and do that instead. If we're looking for the complete package now... What? Hang on. Ah, it's Barcelona again. Arsenal. Who was the Inter guy? 28. Evan Ortega. 12 work rate. Yeah, I was going to say, why would you ever want to search for a player that... Actually, for that one series I was thinking about doing, but other than that, yeah. Like, it doesn't like big matches either. £67 million would probably want... See, look, he actually wants a wage rise to join us, not a wage drop. And these are just players that we can't afford. Which is fine, because remember, we've won 3 Champions Leagues in 4 years by not signing these guys. That's just how we run our club, and I feel like it's better to run it like that and not deviate from it, because the moment we start trying to sign these kind of guys, it's just going to screw us financially. The one player in here that I think we should definitely sign is Umaguchi, because he's cheap, and as long as he doesn't want stupid... He's so cheap, we almost have to get him at this point. Strengthen the first team squad in the midfield. I'm sorry, what? His wages are cheap, comparatively speaking. He has the low aggression, of course, but everything else about him is fine. And I think I'd bring him in for that alone. Plus, we'll be able to make a profit on this guy anyway. Yeah, finding cheap world-class players is just not... When I say cheap, I'm talking like sub 40 million. Which is now cheap for us, which is great. Finding a guy like Mohamed Peters doesn't happen every year. Finding a guy like Ivan Kravic just doesn't happen every year. We'll look at the other positions too, for sure. And we won 2-0 Chaser. I think we go for Imaguchi this time. Provided he doesn't want a stupid squad status. That's absolutely fine, honestly. I'll give him that. That's nothing for a player of his quality. It's actually mad that no one else has gone in for him since. Who's he wanted by? It's only wanted by Saudi clubs as well, which is weird. Maybe he's not as good as we think, but his attributes are good. just don't think anyone else is really intriguing. The other thing is, as you say, centre-backs that can... I'll do competent at centre-back again. See if we can find a centre-back that's like maybe a guy that you could convert, but they'd have to be young enough to allow that to happen. You're at Man United, and this is obviously Don Baker, who's crazy good. Squad player's fine. Boazidi. What about Man United? I want them to have a little bit of... Yeah, this is like just loads of players we can't realistically... Do you know in Moscow? Well, why is he on here? Good squad player game time. Depends. But not much we can do about it. We either sign him or we don't, right? Looks like a beast though. Oh yeah, I'm sure he does, but he's at Man United. He's worth like £200 million. Why is this guy even on here? Yeah, we haven't actually scouted that many good... Either that or we've just signed them all. Like, I'm willing to admit that we've probably just signed all the good centre-backs already. There's Will Win. There's this guy. Looks like good... Oh, absolutely he does. Like, but, like, us signing Don Baker, firstly, that wouldn't happen. Actually, he's worth 108 million. But he'd want £200,000 a week. And more importantly, he actually can't even play in the role that we would want him to play. And he's not even got very good work rate. Ironically, he's a very good centre-back, though. As a ball-playing centre-back, he's absolutely world-class. Yeah, we have some of the best centre-backs in the game, in fairness, right? But we'd never be able to sign someone like Don Baker. It's weird how available he is, actually. 108 million is surprisingly cheap, actually. I'm still not doing it, but it's surprisingly cheap for where he actually is. His wages are the issue. Not as high as I would have expected either. Keby's the one. He's the one that got away. He would have been phenomenal for us. A question of press conference. No way. I didn't even know that was a thing. There's not a lot of options. Let me just get rid of like any kind of positions and just have a look at who's available that we know about, right? And have any vague knowledge of. See if there's any crazy clubs in here that you wouldn't expect to see. Like Celta Vigo. This is what I mean. He's 29 though, so we'd have to bear that in mind. Paul Morales. He's good, but he's not 50 million good. In fact, arguably, if they get 50 million for him, they've done well. He's not even... How is that even a thing? Like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I would rather have Josh Crompton in that position than him. He's just, yeah, you say, he's just pure I am winger. My job is wing. Yokohama, that's our guy there. Celtic, that's Shewan. So Sean Rayfield is a winger that we don't need. Atletico, Man City, Quasi. You must be what? He's only 33. Get Quasi back for a bit. Nah, he's actually done super well at City once he settled in. There was that brief spell we could have gotten back. SDI'd Harold, thank you very much for the 43 months. And son of Pacheeks, thank you very much for the follow. Yeah, Quasi's doing that Thomas Muller stuff now. Spurs, River Plate. Here we go. This is the kind of guys we're on about. But where does he play? This guy's already been at Sirens. He's been through the Siren system once already. I bought him for 4, sold him for 12, and then he went back to Argentina again. I have it set to dubious usually. Oh, sorry, unsure. I find with doubtful it doesn't really add any players, and if it does, they won't sign for you anyway. Pablo Moro obviously is our former player. Villarreal is the same guy as before. River Plate again. Alexis Chavez. And so he's actually on our... He's 23. God, he's on a huge wage. 64 grand a week at River Plate at 23 is actually quite a lot. Yeah, we don't want those star player wage overpay guys anyway. Not a lot of jumping rates. There's just not a lot about this summer in these guys, to be fair. Now, there might be some good freebies that we could pick up, potentially. A guy at Burnley. How the fuck have Burnley managed to develop him? Players in the Brazilian... Well, if they are, we wouldn't know about them. Or if we would, they would have showed up on here. That's Prince Deborah. I think we're... Oh, there's Club America guy. We do, of course, Stewie. Yes, we won the Champions League again. It's just what we do at this point. Yeah, the Burnley guys' physicals were good. A Slovak at West Brom. Oh, is that the... Oh, yeah, this is Callum Brooks. He's the American Slovak guy. We've scouted him before. We've obviously just not scouted him for a while. So he's from Malachki. Apologies for the pronunciation. But he's also American and English. He's definitely worth a scout again. But if I recall, I looked at him last time and thought that he wasn't the type of player that suited our style. If anything, he's more of an attacking playmaker than he is defensive. He's more like Padilla than he is a DM. The work rate and tackling aren't good enough for that role. However, I still wouldn't mind signing him potentially. Physicals aren't amazing, so basically he's Padilla. There's Andre Holub as well. We can have a look at... It's not been that long since we've looked at like the Brazilian national teams as well for those guys that aren't playing abroad. So like you've got Adriano, who's a striker for Atletico Mineiro, 24 years old. Higo Cordero, who's sort of a centre-back, but he's 29. Fabrizio at Cruzeiro, who's another striker. A lot of strikers in here. Mateus, who's okay. Oh, wait, that's the guy that I've already given them back anyway. There's Volante. Thing is, with the Volante, what you're looking for really is their finishing composure as well. He's more of an attacking playmaker because he's got that incredible passing. That's the problem. Not the problem, that's the thing. Luis Enrique, 25, he's all right. But is that a position we really need players in? Estras Azizi, oh my god. He's intriguing. He's definitely worth a look. Bruno Batista, also very good. But again, it's a position that we're not really needing players. Not that we need players anywhere, really. We're just looking for who's good now, aren't we? Oh, wow. How did you get in here? Are Brazil entering their shitbox era? Because they've got a lot of, like, very mid players in this squad. I bet they're about to do an Argentina. Yeah, they're entering the Argentina era, literally. A couple of Boca guys. Claudio Cola. Worth a look. Jose Pugliese. Oh, Jose. Jose's intriguing. Oh, I'll tell you what, Jose could be a really good loan farmer. What if all of our players get injured? Yeah. Well, then we'll play Sauschnik. The fact is, a guy like that isn't going to come in and be a third choice wing back. I know you're joking, but like literally, people would seriously say that. It's like, just have 3 world-class players in every position, right? Hugo Oliveira. Physicals are okay, but Aguirre. We just look at a Benjamin Aguirre. Yes, that's the guy from before, isn't it? 15 wages. 50's okay. Yeah, we've still got Otavio as well. I forgot that he can cover there. I like that him and Blaž Krau can both cover the wingback spots too. There's Bossio. It's funny as fuck that he's back in Argentina again now. What if Reynoso... I know! What if Reynoso needs replacing? It's a useful question, I agree. It's weird that they sold him back to Argentina so quickly. One thing I will look at, actually, is we probably should do Internati Cappies as well while we're here. For the memes. No, for the actually, there's anyone in my scout reports right now? Wow, really not, is there? Some great names down here, like Sindri Hermanson and Niklos Milonopoulos. That's much easier to say than it should have been. A Frenchman at Punic. You're right, yeah. There's Jean-Marc Tessier. It must be a loan. No, they obviously have like an affiliate agreement with Clermont Foot, potentially. Right. Let's go to Internati Cappies. How many we got? 161. Good, solid amount. We want the other. I just saw a Hajduk split guy there. I mean, immediately my interest has peaked. Particularly as it's players that we don't already have scouted. Chelsea Barbados. That's not the first time we've seen a Chelsea Barbados, is it? Okay, let me just go through and sort them all first. I just saw a guy from Anguilla called Fleming. Roy's very, very, very younger brother. Or, in this case, possibly even son. If you do happen to see any monsters while I'm just going through this, then keep a note. Oh, I just saw Paraguay. Oh, there's loads of El Salvadors as well. And to be fair, the last time we did this, we got that incredible guy from Honduras. Potentially. Was there a Peruvian in there as well? Ooh. Wait, what? Has this just resorted itself? FM, if you've done what I think you've just done. There. There's a guy called Kevin James. Okay. Well, we're going to have fun here. This is always one of my favourite parts of every year. So there's actually 2 Flemings here. We've got Khalid Fleming and Tariq Fleming. Both play for Docks United. That looks like a good badge. What are we saying? Oh. Well, okay then. Good. We've got Colin Gums as well. Right, here we go. Amine Ben Musa. Algeria caps at 18. Oh. Oh, dear. I mean, obviously we're scouting him anyway. Yeah, Roy's got twins. 6'4" wingback who's 18. He probably does have quite... Yeah, it must just be that they... Called it. There you go. Oh, they got Amrucci there. Oh, it's different Amrucci. Yeah, I mean, he's going to get scouted anyway, but I would be willing to bet, particularly with the value that he has attached to him. Clubs like Kabylie, generally speaking, a good player from them will still cost you a good whack of change. So I think he's going to be crap, but we'll see. Noah Bryson, our regularly scheduled American Samoan, of course. We've got Samed Begarov from Dynamo Moscow, which means he'll get better youth rating, potentially. So, maybe. We've got Trey Body, who plays for Bears. The schwas for days. We've got Trey Body, who plays for... Why did they change their name? It makes me sad that they used to be Insurance Management Bears and now are just Bears, which is boring. They've got Gerard Pierre, who's Haitian. Cubs, that's good banter, really, isn't it? A Bangladeshi dude here, which is... You rarely even see Bangladeshi players, but he's not any good, unfortunately. Next to the stars. Yes. That information to us is useless because... the stars, we kind of just know what the stars mean by this point anyway. So that information is not really that useful for us. Well, so I was thinking about doing that at some point, Con. Bear in mind, I have actually been scouting the Russian clubs. Mercenary. Development, it might be okay, but you will struggle with the player because they're going to be a dickhead. They're going to leave you every chance they get. They're going to cause squad harmony issues. I hate mercenary players. They might still have some good things that can allow them to develop, but they will be a pain in the arse to deal with. So it's a question of how good they are. Yeah, they'll develop, but you'll hate them while they do it. It's like having a psychopath for a son, you know? Burkina Faso, Issa Diarra. Do we just take him? Like, there's enough there that I'm like, he could be loan farmy. Like, he's out of contract. For the price of free, literally. Like, his attributes looked semi-okay. I mean, they're not okay. 2nd of June. Well, luckily, I don't think we're going to get to the 2nd of June during stream today because we're finishing at 1 because of the F1. That way we can do a full transfer stream on Tuesday. Right, because we wouldn't have time to do some proper transfers today anyway. I want to actually... Like what we did when we did that stupidly long stream the other day. That was fun because we actually got we got quite deep into the transfer window and actually did a lot of proper business. And we've got so much money now, it makes sense to do that. Belize. Lots of Belize. Holy Lord. Ah, there's the Barbados. I want to look at Kizel Marquez anyway. Ain't even that good, is he? That's the other thing. If I get to that point, I'd end up spending like 20 minutes just doing the loan renewals. And, you know, it's not the best entertainment, is it? Cambodian German. It's so annoying that he's chosen to generate at a Cambodian club and not a German club. This is Till Dunholtz. Oh, I would love it if it was the other way around. Cambodian comes through at like Bayer Leverkusen. Ben Turner. Wang Xuan. Marlon Berger, good work. John Carica of Cook Islands. Paolo Savage. Definitely not a kidnapper. I'm like that weirdo in Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. Romario Semedo. He's at NEC, so he's not going to be cheap if he is any good, but just cool to see Cabo Verdean players. Mohamed Souley, who's a Comoran at LAFC. Oh, that's sick. I do like that. And he'll have the US youth rating and not Comoros. So he might be one to keep an eye on, actually, Mahmoud Souley. Wait, the Chinese guy... Oh, you're right. He's at I didn't even notice that. I didn't realize he was at a Korean club. Wang Xuan. Okay. We wouldn't have to pay China tax, but we would be able to sell him back, as you say. This guy will be crazy expensive. Yeah. It's annoying because the Korean Chinese guy looks much worse. Ah, right. Okay. These two should be good. Oscar Perez. To be fair, at 18, the issue with him is he's all physicals and mentals. He has no technical ability whatsoever. He's got a great first touch and okay passing, but he's... Yeah. Right, what about this guy? Carlo Oreshkovich. Yeah. What's the injury, though? Back strain. He's definitely going to be worth a look. I worry about how meta he is. He's just... He might be one of these guys that's just got good CA for a young age, although he has played for Harduk quite a lot. I do resent signing a Harduk player, but there we go. We'll scout him, right? He'll probably get a loan. Yeah, I don't think he's going to be near as good as he looks, though. Timor-Leste, Northern Irish. That's what we're talking about. A couple of Cubans here. Oscar Amor. Oscar Love. What's going on? You're not very good, are you? Ivan Javike. Nah. I think I already looked at the NEC guy, right? Yeah, I already looked at this guy. He's fine, but... Oh, Cyprius. We've got Vangelis Antoniou. Cyprus can really be... No, I definitely looked at the... I promise you, I definitely looked at the NEC guy. Because I remember his name. I even said it out loud. I'm in the final. We won 2-0 in the end. We got a goal disallowed illegally. And then Reynoso scored. And then we got a late one from Pereira. Which was a really nice header, actually. This guy's at Applewell. He might actually... Oh, hello. Andreas. Just to... Might as well just have a little look early. Okay. Fuck it. Do we just punt on him? Yeah. Caps for Cyprus is scoring. This is nice. This is nice. That is... Honestly, that could mean anything. That's worrying. At 2.5 mil release, I think we punt on him. He's punto. That's a bit of a risk. That's about as hard as... He's going to have 20 pace. He'll have struggles getting 20... Wait. Could he have 20 pace? Oh, he could, couldn't he? Yeah, starter for Applewell. This guy here, I'm like, eh. But if he's a starter for Applewell, plays for the national team as well, actually plays, that's exciting times. Robinson Cabrera, who's a Dominican at Rayo Vallecano. He's one of those centre-backs that aren't actually... He's one of those full-backs that's actually a centre-back, isn't he? Aldebert, I feel like this team here, Kibao, have produced some interesting players lately. Yeah, they're all being scouted. Pyramids. Raider Fouad. Ooh. Interesting. Too expensive to be punting on. But he is only 18. If he's got okay PA, he's... Obiang. Sometimes Douala do actually get some... Yeah, Egypt taxed is the problem. We've got Damsbo. Well, actually, it's Damsbo even as well. Not even Damsbo. A Valladolid guy, Boubacar Cham, like the name. He actually came from a team called Steve Biko Football Club. I guess it's probably Biko, but either way, well, they actually have players. Hi, lads. Would you like to be on our team reports? Why not, right? It's weird finding teams down here that actually have players. Oh, Georgian at Red Star. Oh. Yes. Steve, one of them. Are they? Good for them. Good for Steve. I rate that for him. Okay, let's have a look at David Shonia. Considering it's Red Star, we have so little knowledge. I wonder if it's just because he's Georgian. He's not amazing. It's hard to tell, though. Well, I mean, he could be anything, right? But a Greek at Panathinaikos called Darren Thompson. Oh, my God. Darren. Sorry. Are you feeling a little bit trapped there, Darren? Are you perhaps wanting a way out of Panathinaikos? Would you argue that you're, in fact, claustrophobic, Darren? And he's a wing-back, which is kind of intriguing. I like him. Steve versus Keith. What the game for the ages. Yeah, I mean, we'll scout him, obviously. I'm not just going to punt at 5 million quid. Mentals are a bit... He's only 18, though. Well, good for Steve. Seems like a sound lad. Christian Barrios. True, we'll check his range. I guarantee you that they'll actually want more than that. I bet you the new range is like 7 mil. Or not, because he's got a release clause. Nope, we're just buying him. Fuck it. I'm doing it. Treat yourself, right? Is John. Thank you very much for the follow. For 3.2. Glad we did that. Might as well, right? My punt limit's kind of 5. But I'd have to be pretty sure on a punt at 5. But for those kind of guys, I'm happy to drop 2 or 3 on each one. It's kind of cool. Glad we did that. So we've got a Cypriot and a Greek. A Greek guy called Darren, which I'm a huge fan of. Where were you born? Metamorphosi. Sorry, no. Metamorphosi. Great name of us. Just what a brilliant place name that is. Romanian Korean. Oh, wow, yeah. Joey J. definitely doesn't sound like a SoundCloud rapper. Here for that. And obviously we've got Tim Gonzalez, who's from Guam, of course. Guyana, a couple of Hong Kong guys. Mid-transformation in Greek. That's amazing. It did sound like it would... That's so cool. Whereabouts in Greece is Metamorphosi? That's so cool. Oh, hello. Japanese guy. It's... Shinobu Tamaki. He might be... The location changes. Fuck it. Do I try it? Fuck it. I said that was my limit on punts. We're doing it. Why not, right? Why have they all got release clauses as well? I'm being done in by these release clauses at the moment. Kosovan Belgian. Endrit Ramadani. He's only 17. Very cheap. Probably want a bit of a closer look on him. I like the tackling. Work rate looks potentially positive. Solid. He's very cheap. I wonder if it's because he's not on a youth contract either. He hasn't got an agent. Yeah, his heading's poor. Jumping reach is surprisingly not that bad. Like a minimum of 10. And it will be 10. Yeah, it's true. He's not over... Do you know what? Maybe we should. What's them? What I reckon they want 2.5 million. I think he's worth 1.7 just to have a little look. Oh, how the times have changed. We've got this guy from the Lao Army. Who's fine. But also not great. Oh, Ibrahim Nash. Okay. I am going to sign him because, one, he's actually pretty good. Two, he's really cheap. And two, his surname is Nashnosh. Which is just incredible. Sounds like the name of a burger van. And I'm here for it. Oh, yeah, he's a handy peeing. Did you look at the cost of Belgium? Yeah, we're literally buying him. Oh, I've just added it and then removed it. 36 grand. Done. Yeah, now we've got Nashnosh. I'm happy now with Nashnosh. Loads of Santa Lucia. Loads of St. Lucian guys. I imagine if you had 19 jumping reach. That'd be great. Niasia, thank you very much for the follow. Antonio Maloko. Bantu. Ah, it's the Sutan. I thought for... Oh, no, that's his current club, Cape Town City. You're right. No, they've poached him, haven't they? Which means, I think... should still be South African youth rating, potentially. It depends, actually. That might be a poaching, so it should be okay. Benfica and Macau. There's a lot of Benficas out there. Mayotte. Oh, Mauritius. That's more... No, it's Maldives, Matt. Green Streets. Watch out. The amount of friendlies to be called in. Steve... Another one. Another weird one. It's Steve Goss. The English Montenegrin. At Standard Liège. Who was born in Cetinje. Again, apologies for the pronunciations. He speaks Serbian, Montenegrin, French, Dutch, Croatian, Bosnian, and English. What a guy. Fucking polyglot. You're in the wrong business, Mr. Steve. I mean, he can pass, but that's about it. He could pass as a diplomat, but not as a footballer, unfortunately. We've got this guy here. Sukbatar Dashniam. Good for him. Oh, one day I run a really good Mongolian. We've got Charles Choa, a Malawian Mozambican. Wow, I'll tell you what, he's not bad. He's got attributes and everything. 28 grand, done. The brothers in the band Brots. Hey, it could be. I actually don't remember. I know one of them was called Matt. A couple of Montserrat guys, Martinique. Oh, hello. Namibian at Stellenbosch. Oh, he's got a cap at 16. He'll never sign for us, I don't think. Not at 16, but it's worth a look because 16 and Namibian and South African youth rating on a Namibian. Oh yeah, Randy Riveras is great. And he's at Lorient, which means he's probably going to be better, but also he'll be a fortune. Everything's just so unknown about. 11 caps already. That's kind of sick. There's this guy here, Russ Ngruka, but he's at Windhoek, which is a Namibian team. Yeah, I'm not going to give him more money than I need to. I drive a hard bargain, and as you know. We've got Pradi Ranjitkar, who's Nepalese. News Vive player from that pack. I don't believe I do, just because it's... There isn't really a search that we do that finds the vibesy guys. It's just... turns out we're already getting the Paraguayan, which is good. Also, that might mean that... Oh, yeah, I fully understand why we're getting him. Holy shit. He's just a weird player, but I like him a lot. Yeah, we find the memes guys almost accidentally at times. We got a Toya here, who's Peruvian. For 59 years. Well, there you go. There's things. Yeah, he's value will be... Oh, yeah, we 100p, chat. I feel dirty for saying it like that, but I think if I can get him for, like, under 500k, or just 275 grand, that's fine. Oh, Paul Garcia from the Philippines. Palestinian Mohammed Wadi. Oh, wow, okay. Hello, Mohammed. You've got some attributes, my friend. What have you? 6k. Yeah, I think I'll do that. What's she doing a bit of shopping here? Koryak Ire is a brilliant name. Shame about the footballer attached to it, but that's fine. Yeah, I mean, nobody's perfect, right? One day we'll get a Jerry Garcia. Kevin Kabidi is a brilliant name. Sorry, Kevin. Alexis Leroy. I mean, I pronounce it Leroy, but obviously it's Leroy. Oh, the adding and removing the clause thing. Basically, if you add the clause and then remove and exclude, it stops them from putting the clause in. Whereas a lot of what teams will do is they will, when you offer them out, they will lock in that clause before you can do anything about it. And the only way to stop them from doing that is by adding the clause yourself and then removing and excluding it from the deal. That's why I do that in every single deal. It means you pay a little bit more money, but it stops with those annoying transfer clauses that you get this world-class player and then later down the line you realise you've got a 50% of next profit clause with some team in South Korea, you know? And it costs you a fortune. So it means you do end up paying a little bit more on top, but it's well worth it. And it's just become second nature to me now. I do it on every deal, even those deals that don't matter. I'm signing in for free. Why on earth would I need to do it? But I'll always do it. There's a Scottish guy in here. Mr. Harv with a 48 months. Let's go.
48 months. That's 4 years, you freak. 48
Agreed.
months watching this pathetic little man play with his pathetic little computer men. Shameful. Disgusting.
Agreed.
I'm building a wardrobe currently.
I'm building a nation
I want
currently.
you to make me live in it. Only allow me out 1 hour a day to eat and smell your dirty sausage fingers. That's a real punishment for watching you. Scum. Keep up the work that even your mother isn't proud of. You little toad. Love to the family, up the pasta and viva crot.
Yeah, I'll send that. POV, your half 5 seconds ago. I want to know what's going through your mind when you're like, yes, let me just write this heinous message to a human being online. And yeah, I love it. I'm here for the punishment. Let's have a look at Lloyd Cuthbert. Am I missing something? I mean, I guess what I should be asking really is Scotland missing something? How is he getting Scotland caps? I'm wondering if Harv is actually AI this entire time. Potentially. I do like there's a company called Kiwi in Samoa. And their badge do be, in fact, having a Kiwi on it. So I can't really complain about that. Wait, you've got a full fucking squad, lads. How did they have a full squad yet, like... Chat. I'd like to draw your attention to Happy Valley Tony. Don't mind me. Just putting a bid in on Happy Valley Tony. All one word, obviously. Oh, we won. Oh, we won 2-0. Richmond to O. Solid work. Are they real caps? But that's the question, right? But before I do anything else... He's the only Happy Valley in the entire save. Oh, I'll refund you points for that because I did it on my own back. Just, what a lovely name. Just big fan of that. Any other clubs in Samoa that might have any colossally brilliant names that we've overlooked? Matthew Williams. I had a friend with that exact name. Unfortunately, he passed away, but that's not the point. Etty Bell. Any other ones in here? There's Darren again. Etuati Blakelock Tafia is a great... Junior, fuck. Don't mind me. Oh, he's the only fuck in the whole database as well. Happy Valley fuck is definitely a possibility, but Junior, fuck. We can't even... We did indeed win, yeah. He's no interest? Fuck. Henry Hunt, which just sounds like... That sounds like Cockney rhyming slang. Bitten a Bell also is very solid. Michael Caine. Fair enough. Let's have Michael Caine. Things are good. The Goodyear in Malta, as things stand. We just found a player called Michael Caine. We just take Michael Caine for a little bit. Oh, my goodness me. This is beautiful. I've never really thought to look in like places like Samoa in kind of good names. But now I'm glad we did. We've got Dick Bell. Pasese Mamea Hind, good work. Tufi Topu, great name. Rudy Settle is delightful. Vilami Bell, James Brown, of course. Wow! I feel all right. Ignore the fact that just sounded like a cat. Sorry, Voddies. Taliban. There's a player called Taliban. For the ultimate footballing terrorists. Oh dear. We kind of do need to sign Taliban now, don't we? Sensational scenes.
Oof, Singapore soon.
It's because I said it out loud because I was just reading out names and then I realised what I'd said. Twozak, thank you for the 53 months, my friend. How's it going? Yeah, we're going to give Taliban an 8-year deal, right? I can't announce it when we get onto the YouTube side of things, probably. Just about the VOD isn't going to be monetized, isn't it? 8-year deal for the Taliban. Oh, good lord. Samoa is delivering. Oh my god, they've got so many players. Bittner Williams, Justin Tua, Mine Hunt, Joe Poppy, or I guess that would be Joe Poopy, wouldn't it? Via Cahill. We signed the Taliban. What a name that is as well. The first team that really let us down here is them. What about Lapea? Pasese Gosh. Laffy Lulio. Lozia Vitale. Silato Finau. Laurie Bell. Jack. Sorry, chat. There's so many L's and I's in there. I'm convinced this is my password for YouTube. Hang on. Fa'alilu. Fa'alilu? Okay. I don't think we're beating Taliban somehow. That is next level. Incredible. Lord Richard, thank you for the 100 bits. Is there more teams
This
I can look at
rabbit
here?
hole is awesome.
Oh, there's a couple more. There's also Soggy. Can't forget Soggy, chat. All right, I know, you're right. Complete hypocrite me. I've got David Cox, Patrick Williams, Ronnie Fualau. Okay. Roger Pona. Just doing a good... David Cox is in there, of course. But Blake... I love that Blakelock is a surname we're seeing a lot of, which is kind of cool. It's just a cool name. These chaps here. Roger Kwan. Josh Stevens. Another Blakelock there. It seems to have failed, like, fallen away a little bit. Also, I love how they actually have full squads and everything. Corey Clout is an absolutely glorious name as well. They're all young as well. We've got to sign this. We've got to sign Corey Clout. It's delightful. Corey's in as well. We must have him. If we're signing Taliban, we're signing Corey Clout. All right? I think that'll do it. Although, the great thing about Samoa is that it comes with American Samoa next door. Although I suspect the American Samoa won't be as interesting because I think there'll be a lot more American-sounding names in there, presumably. Oh, I tell a lie. Chinfutioni? Maybe not. There's going to be a few. Does look kind of similar. But they will have slightly different name pools, will they not, though, right? Because they are different countries in the way FM works. They will have slightly different name pools. Tahiti could be quite fun. Yeah, Settle's been in both. Apologies for this weird little... the amount of Ryan Collinses, by the way. This weird little sojourn here, chat. But sometimes you just got to go, right? And find these amazing names. I just adore it. And I hope you realise this comes from a place of love. That these names are fabulous. My name is boring as fuck. King Ledoux. Great name. Amazing name. I thought his name was Junior Viagra there for a second. Although, yep. That's a name. Hengi Hengi is also a superb name, yeah. Did I do that one already? Yeah, Hengi Hengi Sione. We've got Green Bay. Gabriel Mo. Oh, no, I skipped one, didn't I? I didn't do Black Roses. They've only got Takai Patti. Tafuna Jets. I think as we get further down. Chinfu Hilata is amazing as well. Lionheart's B team. Yeah, they've not got anything in the B team. Fair enough. I respect it. Was it Tahiti you said was also kind of good for this kind of thing? King is not going to get us anything because there's so many players just called King. Evan Boyle. Ooh. Lots more Frenchness in here. I don't know if Tahiti's going to... Yeah, there's quite a lot of Frenchness. It's not quite as good. Tonga could be good. Potentially. Jean-Michel Bratesti is decent. Wanking, he's still doing bits. Let's have a look at Tonga. It seems like the Pacific Island names are just fantastic names. I have to keep going back and I can't just click down on the list. Well, Sione is a very common name, isn't it? Like almost everyone in the... I guess it's just because it's a really small name pool. There's just Fine as a first name as well. Big fan of that. I think... What I'm getting from this is that I think we kind of might have stumbled onto the gold right at the beginning of this quest. Because we're not getting quite as much... Two apostrophes in the same surname, you say? You are absolutely correct. Rick Fakazi... Oh, no, that's a single one. No, that is two. That I is just chilling on its own there. Love to see it. Oh, we've got a couple of names to look up. Liam Nissan. Oh, I see what you've done there. No, unfortunately not. And then obviously King. The problem is with King, you're just going to get like 5,000 people called King. Also, it's all going to be... So I just love that Kenny Dalglish is just in the game here at 97 years old. That's crazy. There's also a 78-year-old Diego Simeone. Also, why is he show? Bear in mind as well, we've also loaded the game different. Sorry, it's not even going to load you the good names anyway because it's obviously sorting by that and I can't resort it by relevance, which is so annoying. The game is an actual proper... Who Mango, really? Are we just like finishing off just looking at good names now? Because if so, it'd be rude if we didn't stop by in Zimbabwe just in case. Because Zimbabwe is usually an absolute hotbed of beautiful, wonderful names. Though it hasn't been that long. It's always usually worth checking the under 19s teams. Costa Takawira. Gift is a solid name. Vitalis is a great first name. Love that for him. Brighton as a first name too. Reward. Big fan of Brighton as a first name. Just need to find a guy called And Hove Albion and problem solved. Any other guys called Brighton? Oh, there's loads. It's weird that I hadn't noticed that until this point. Wellington as a first name is also superb. A few gifts in there. Innocent, of course. There's a Panache. There's also Marvellous, too. Anyone named Nom? I don't think so, somehow. Shadrick is a brilliant name. Shadrick is a name that I thought was more common in, like, Romani. But, hey. Maybe it's spelt differently. Yeah, Chicken Inn's a classic. Hello, Dan. Thoughts on the game yesterday? The senior squads aren't likely to have anything new in it. Also, there's actually a Brighton in there too. There's a guy called Shepherd as well. And Promise. And Denver. It's better than I expected, honestly. Brighton and Lover was a very solid name. Oh, shit. I can't go past that, can I? This is where the game just lags out for absolutely nothing. Things have gone well, Icarus. We won the Champions League again. Oh, my God. I may have just signed every human being on the planet. So firstly, Hidetoya Umaguchi, we're not going to pay you any position that you want. You will play where you're told. He's 25. I'll give you a 5-year deal. How about that? Sick. Bruv. Nice and easy. Cool. First one done. Next up, young Cypriot dude. Youngster is glorious to hear. Loan move is perfect. 8-year contract if you don't mind. 26 grand a week? Sir, I would like to address you to... Oh, okay. He's just gone for that. Wow, he was really chancing his arm, wasn't he? Thompson as well. This is Darren. I'm claustrophobic, Darren. FFC Dan, thank you for the 48 months. Holy shit, I'll refund your points for that lookup as well.
Hi, Hadrian. 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 Hi, Hadrian.
See, I don't know if that was directed at me. I feel like that was directed more at Hadrian, as it happens. I just can't imagine why. What possible connection could there be? Low move as well. Oh yeah, also, how's things gone? We've literally signed the Taliban today. We signed a player whose name is Taliban. And a few other fantastic names while we're at it, but that one is probably taking the cake as far as incredible names go. Get you back as well. Oh, Ramadani's... he's just signed his youth contract, probably. We're getting Nashnosh, though. Which is the good news. Because he is actually... Whoa. That would have been bad if I accidentally promised that. We'll slap that up to... I can only do that. It's because he's 17. God, I hate that I can't offer these long-term contracts to children. These working rules getting in my way. Chiwa... He was the kind of good guy from... somewhere. I've actually forgot. I think he was Malawi, Mozambique, was he not? But I can't remember which was the first nationality. I think it might have been Mozambique, which would make sense. They have a much better youth rating than Malawi. Okay, apparently we're not getting... Oh, no. He's too young, isn't he? That's annoying. We can't get the Namibian dude. What about Atoya? We're getting him. Cool. It's just still a nice little batch of teams, honestly. Not batch of teams, batch of players. It will help bump the loan farm up. We're just going to do this for the whole of next stream as well. We're just going to harvest loan farm guys, I think. Get as many as physically possible. We got Wadi as well. Mohammed Wadi. Oh, he's the Palestinian guy who actually looked like he had good attributes. Probably still has no PA, but at least we timed him for 8 years as well. There's a lot of very angry people leaving this club when they're 26 years old, wondering what the hell happened to their lives. And, Happy Valley wasn't interested either. The man that started it all. Reynoso breaks goal scoring record. Squad planning for next season. Lol. 57 million for Chosun 1 is an absolute travesty. How is he only worth 20... Wild. Player of the season. I fucking hope so. Golden Boot. What a season he's had. But basically wins Young Player of the Year, and he deserves it too. He was even great in the final. The Dream Team. Oh, yeah, that makes total sense. What do we have to do to get a decent number of players in this Dream Team? We would have literally won every single game in the Champions League this year if it wasn't for us deliberately throwing a game. But yet somehow... Chat. Oh, no, he is in the squad. For a second, I thought Reynoso wasn't in the squad. So no sign of, like, Lahovi or Peters or any of the other centre-backs or Padilla, who's been goated this year, I guess because of the system. Man City have the same number of players in this. Oh, no, one player less. Mad. No, to be fair, Teixeira didn't actually even play that much in the Champions League, in fairness. When he did, he played well, but wasn't much. I thought it was brilliant, honestly. First half especially, we absolutely annihilated them. Second half, we were a bit shaky as fuck, and honestly should have given up a couple of goals, but then again, so was that last little moment from Bruno. It's just nice to see the team clicking. Best I've seen us play for ages. I just feel a lot more confident after playing that well. Before, I was a little bit worried, but now that, 8 points on the board, starts to feel a bit more cozy. System of the winners. You'd think so, wouldn't you? So yeah, we're going to finish an hour early today because of the F1, and otherwise you'd then have to watch me do like half an hour of loan extensions at this point, and we wouldn't get more transfers done anyway, so we're going to do a full transfer stream on Tuesday instead. Because why the fuck not, right? So, let me see who's streaming this after... Oh, it's Clates live. Oh, we get to raid Clates! No way, this doesn't happen! Unless Clates is about to leave. This would be funny as fuck. Yes! Sorry, chat, we don't get to raid Clates very often. He always raids me, because he always finishes before I do. Love to fucking see it. Yeah, thank you for joining me today, friends. This has been, albeit a short one, but I guess we did the longer one last time around. So yeah, back on Tuesday for good shit, and I will see you guys very, very soon. I'll send you over to Clates. Enjoy the F1, enjoy the football, enjoy the rest of your day. We won a Champions League. It's good times. I'll see you guys soon. Hold your guns. Cappy Basels. The Swiss version of the capybara. And yeah, I'll I'll hold you to it. Carlo, honey.